Welcome back, dude and dudettes, to another wild episode of Send It Mate. We're here to talk about all things hunting and outdoors. And today, we've got something that'll keep your gear running smoother than a dingo's getaway.
That's right. Our show is brought to you by High Caliber, the gun and knife oil company that knows how to keep your firearms and blades in tip-top shape.
High Caliber is like the secret sauce for hunters, anglers, and outdoorsy folk everywhere. It's like the magic potion that makes your gun and knives happier than a dog with two tails.
You know, guys, I've been using High Caliber oil for a while now, and let me tell you, it's the duck's nuts. My rifle practically sings a lullaby when I take it out hunting.
And speaking of lullabies, ever tried sneaking up on a deer with a squeaky gun? It's a prime way to end up with no venison in the freezer. You'll be hungrier than a vegan at a bacon festival.
Absolutely. But with High Caliber oil, your gun will be quieter than a ninja in moonlight. You'll be stalking your prey with the grace and stealth of a mountain lion.
High Caliber doesn't just keep things quiet, it also prevents rust and corrosion, so you won't find your gear looking like it spent a season at the bottom of a creek.
That's right, and for you knife enthusiasts out there, High Caliber has got you covered too. Your trusty blade will slice through anything smoother than butter on a hot biscuit.
So, folks, don't let your gear become a rusty, squeaky mess. Head on over to highcaliber.com.au and grab a bottle of their oil today.
And if you use the code SENDITMATE at checkout, you'll get a special discount. I say again, use the code SENDITMATE for all your oil slick, stealthy hunting needs.
Thanks to High Caliber, you'll be sending it in style and silence.
So, gear up, oil up, and send it, mate. High Caliber, the ultimate oil for the ultimate hunter.
Hello!
Welcome, dude and dudettes.
You're not
Let's lick some tits.
Oh, there it is.
I'm Josh,
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Caleb.
and welcome to episode 17, season 3 of Send It Mate fucking podcast.
Yeah, buddy.
Where's the tits? Are they
Lightweight.
provided?
Yeah, I've got
And
some
is it
tits.
just tits or are there other morsels?
What?
Morsels?
I don't know. Morsels seem like the appropriate
Morsels
word.
of flesh?
Morsels
Actually,
of flesh.
there's something. Would you eat a fresh oyster? Like you could go
I
onto
can
the
see
beach?
how you went and saw that as a segue. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you,
I
would
eat
you
a fresh-
crack one?
I have
off
eaten
rock?
a fresh oyster.
Yeah? What do
Yeah.
you think?
Tastes like snot.
I think that it was like salty.
It's not
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It's not the best. Like I got a thing for textures as well, and that's like, to be honest, not that I would.
Oh shit! I speak.
Not that I would be able to speak from experience, but I'd liken it to swallowing a fucking mouthful of cum.
Oh,
I feel out of all three of us, you're the most likely to understand what seminal fluid in the mouth is like.
I said cum, not seminal fluid.
there's a difference.
It is when you separate it. Cum is a mixture of sperm and seminal fluid, whereas seminal fluid is a segregated.
Oh my god!
Let's not get into the specifics of fucking jizz, bro. Like
And
a load of
really
jizz
good
is
for
a
you,
load
by
of
the way.
jizz at the end of the
It's
day.
really good for you.
If you're swallowing it, fucking.
There's a lady that I know that you can send it off to. She'll dry it out and put it in capsule form.
You know, this is very, very disturbing because we're not even 3 minutes in and we're talking about. I
We've
swear.
gone from oysters to jizz.
Yeah,
Caleb's just got a confused look on his face.
I'm like, how did we get here so
We're-
quickly?
we're losing listeners. You know, we've got a whole demographic. We could be hitting like family people, but no, we can't because in 3 minutes we're talking about cum.
I mean, we could have gone from, have you had oysters au
Kilpatrick.
naturel? And then I would go, oh no, I can't do them raw like that. I need to have them Kilpatrick, and I'm quite happy to.
Oh no, sir! I must have some soy sauce.
But now we sound like twats and not our genuine selves.
Snot shells.
Not learned people, distinguished.
We're not distinguished.
We're learned, but we're not sophisticated enough to be able to keep
Yeah.
out the cum talk.
Look, the first time I've had both fresh,
And
fresh
Kilpatrick
water
cum.
and oysters from the ocean. Wow.
So you add barbecue sauce and bacon
Wow.
pieces to your jizz.
Yeah.
You eat it.
Does she have to get a spoon and scrape it in at the same time?
Well, it is quite thick, so yes.
Wow.
So yeah, and I've got to admit, both of them didn't taste very nice. They were
You are talking about oysters
quite
now.
bland. Yeah, yeah.
So you had
Oysters
it.
and mussels.
Did you try it at a restaurant? Did you try it fresh out of the water?
Ah, that's fresh. Yeah, but I don't mind them. Like it's not like if I was sort of stranded, I'd definitely eat them.
Yeah, if you were desperate for some protein, you'd go there, but
Yeah,
I definitely don't seek it out.
yeah. Would you try turtle eggs if we were allowed to? Obviously, we're not allowed to.
So
Oi, what's up? What's going on? So we've just come back from a pause, 5 minutes into our podcast. Anyway,
An unexpected guest rocked up.
yeah. So yeah, would you try turtle eggs?
I'd like to try it, yeah, like because I know it's a delicacy or considered a delicacy. So
is there like a embryo inside of the egg?
Well-
like is it a fertilized egg that you're eating that'll have a little baby?
Yeah, I think they. Yeah, look, I don't know nothing about turtles, bro.
not David Attenborough.
Except I had fucking 3 turtles as a kid. But I do believe that when they pop them out, they're already fertile. So,
So is it
Yeah.
like what's
so there's some growing in the egg.
yeah, it's not like chickens where they just have lay eggs as like
yeah.
their period. Like turtles lay eggs with live young in them.
Yeah,
oh
I presume it. I don't know what stage. You know,
well
they're
if you're gonna eat it right before it hatches, you'll be chomping on a little bit of shell, won't you?
Having said that, I do
fair
believe it is a food actually. Eating
Just
chicken
turtles.
eggs with chickens,
So-
with
Can I?
like the embryo formed
I
in it.
don't know what the
I
name
do,
for
I
that
do
is.
Yeah, I
believe-
know. I was going to raise that, but I'd just like to clarify something. If you fry a turtle egg, you're always going to get shell in the pan.
Oh my god!
Like,
Look, I'll
Bazinga.
give you the last few episodes. You've actually had some pretty good calls, yeah. But wow,
this is just foreplay, baby.
dad joke.
Do you know? I've also we were just saying we've had the least amount to drink before a recording in a long time.
Yeah.
I think it's showing.
Oh, you mean we're
What, as in
Shots!
as in your jokes are better when you're not drunk?
No, my jokes are better when you guys are drunk.
No, that was a good joke. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
No,
That was
fair
a good
enough.
dad joke.
I don't know the name of chicken embryo omelette, but
I'm pretty
I'm sure
sure
there's a
that's
name.
somewhere in the world.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
actually
Yeah,
good.
I don't know if it's chicken, but there's definitely like a bird embryo that you'd get.
Yeah.
It's a delicacy. In the it's is it China? Pretty sure it's China.
Oh man, they eat everything
from.
from like tigers' dicks to whales' dicks. They'll eat fucking whatever,
Does a
including
as long as
Does it
it's a
have
dick
stripes?
or what?
nah, they'll eat fucking COVID, mate.
They'll eat COVID.
Yeah.
Case and point.
I think the word you were looking for is bats
Yeah, bats.
Yeah,
COVID,
that
same
shit crazy.
But
and pangolins.
yeah,
Let's not go down a COVID rabbit hole.
Let's not.
look, out of like if you were stranded and there was a turtle that had come up and laid some eggs, I'm pretty sure you're gonna eat them.
Anything. If I'm desperate for protein, I'll eat anything.
Would you eat crickets and things? I reckon they'd taste nice fried actually.
Yeah, I'd eat
Yeah.
locusts. Is a locust a grasshopper or a species of grasshopper?
I think it's a grasshopper, yeah,
It's
but I
similar
believe
to-
that they carry disease. Locusts.
Have you had widgety grub?
Yes.
So have I.
Yeah, and that
Didn't rate that.
tasted
It
like
fucking tastes
shit.
like shit.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Did
Why?
you have like a big fat one, or did you have like one of those little skinny ones on top of it?
I've had heaps over.
Imagine
my
like a
life,
sausage casing filled with dirt and poo.
Ew.
That's what it tastes like.
man. Yeah, it was not the best, that's for sure.
Well, no.
Actually, probably the nicest thing that I've ever eaten, and you've got to eat
Pussy.
like 1,000 for you to feel full.
Pussy.
And that's those green ants. You sort of like pinch
sugar
their,
ants.
You pinch their head, and then you suck their abdomen, and they taste like honey, pretty
Yeah.
much, or sugar. Yeah.
Bush Tucker Man style. Good old Les.
I've never had sugar ants before.
Well, neither have I.
Well, funny thing about that, we're all talking about going up to WA. sometime in the near future. So I'm sure we can find some.
And
Yeah,
by
you can try.
WA, we mean Northern WA.
Yeah, Northern WA. Yeah.
Let's just go to Perth and have some fucking sugar ants.
Well,
Do you know what we should do? We should only eat what we kill and only eat what we find.
No.
oh God.
The whole trip.
Well, I reckon we'd be pretty. I reckon we'd be all right with catching fish and barramundi. I reckon we'd be able to come up with some sort of food
What's that?
there.
That's a burra
Hey?
full of dirt.
No, that didn't work.
No.
The other thing
was a
is
fail.
a fucking iguana. Fucking hell, not iguana. Would you eat goanna?
Shit, yeah.
I mean, I think I've covered it all. If I'm desperate for protein, I'd eat it.
So you would eat cum.
Like I said, life and death. If I need some protein,
Life and death and $100,000.
it covers me for a lot more things. There's money involved.
Covers you in
Fucking
cum.
Bukkake.
Where is that? That
All
is the
right.
bukkake monster.
Oh dear.
Another word for smorgasbord. It's a smorgasbord of cum.
It's all you can eat.
Actually, there's another thing that I think would be that wouldn't be terribly nice tasting, but you could try, and that is in the mangroves. It's like a woodworm, so it's like a white worm that grows in the mangroves inside the wood. And yeah, apparently you can eat them. Apparently they taste like noodles, but when you look at them, it doesn't look nice. Like, it doesn't. Like, I just look at it and I'm like, nah.
This is shit.
No.
You want some?
Next trip, we should discover some new delicacies and eat them along the way.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
We've sort of tried in the past, and we've tried with mushrooms. And Ryan, we're pretty sure, has eaten poisonous mushrooms
Yes, I have.
because they definitely weren't morella.
We put that to poll, and that was a 50-50 vote from the listeners too, by the way.
Yeah.
I think half of them just wanted him dead, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
And then apart from that,
Sick of my shitty jokes.
in South Australia, there's not a whole heap of sort of edible vegetation. We do get it's called
Tree bark.
it's called it's like a pig. It's got something like with pig in it, but it's like a salt bush essentially, and it has a cone shaped fruit.
Pine cones.
Nah,
this
and
is where we
you
really
can
need
eat
it on
them.
the spot Googler.
But I think I got a feeling that one, be salty, and two, probably, yeah, be pretty sour. I mean, nothing grows in South Australia, in our desert.
Oh,
There you go, Aussie sparrow.
Aussie Sparrow. I like that. Fuck you, Aussie Sparrow. You know who you are. That's good. Did you come up with that then?
Yeah,
You've workshopped that over a number of weeks.
You've been sitting on that one. Just like lick a tit.
Hey, man, quality, not quantity. I like it. All right. Well, let's get to something we did do recently.
pigweed. Fuck me, that's what it's called.
Pigweed.
Fucking-
Fuck me. There you go.
Yeah, pigweed. Ryan's busy googling.
Ryan's still googling.
Oh, amaranth. We've spoken about this before.
What?
Pigweed.
No, we haven't.
Isn't that a band, Amaranth?
Amaranthi is a band. Yeah, Amaranth is cosmopolitan genus. I don't know. I'm not going to read this. It's boring.
Please
Bad
don't.
shit. It's called pigweed, and you can eat it. And it's like a red. It actually looks like a bit of a weed bush with different shaped leaves.
As in marijuana bush. What do you mean? Like
Look,
just
look at
weeds?
that. It's
From
got
what
some
I can
bud.
remember,
Okay, it looks like a fucking weed, like something you'd pull out the lawn. Shouldn't be there.
Yeah,
Hang on, let's have a look.
common weed.
I might be talking about something else then. Yeah, because it looks like saltbush, the thing that I'm thinking about.
So it's not pigweed that you're talking about.
No, but pigweed is one of them that grows here.
Once again, people, do your own research. Make sure you're not eating something you shouldn't eat.
No, well, if you're unsure, you do wipe some on your palm, wait 20 minutes. If there's no reaction, wipe some of it on your lips. If there's no reaction, then it's typically still a 50-50, but, you know.
And that's how Josh found out he wasn't allergic to jizz.
Just taps the vein and pumps that bad boy right in.
Anyway,
I want to go down so many roads right now, but I just can't because, yeah. Fuck.
anyway, we'll talk about our trip that we went on recently, which we can't disclose the location of
Why?
because those who follow us on Instagram will know that we dropped a little goodie list off. Goodie list? What was it? It was a fucking note. It was a cache.
Yeah.
We jumped on the bandwagon of this little cache that's been going for a while. I think it'd been at least a few years that people had been adding to it and leaving little things.
The earliest one would have been 90s, I think.
That was when it was first put there.
When it was first put there.
Oh, really?
I think, because they put a date on it.
Yeah.
And it was like 96 or something.
Oh, fuck. I didn't go that far back. I didn't realize it was that old.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it had been stained with, obviously water had got into the thing at some stage. So it did sort of like, what's the word? Fuck.
Drink more wine, please.
It was sort of like hard to read, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it said 90,
Smudged.
96 or something.
Oh, okay. There you go. A little geocache, location unknown. That's for our listeners to find out. And if they do, and they follow us on Instagram and follow the instructions, we'll send them some goodies.
Oh, we've got some goodies that we're setting up to come on. Delicious.
What?
Can we stop talking about
All right, let's
bodily
leave. All right,
fluids?
no more semen for the rest of the night, please.
All right, I promise.
Until after the podcast when we return home.
How do you guys feel about earwax?
I'm leaving it alone.
We need a cricket sound. Fucking
I'll have to add.
Have you ever tasted earwax?
What the fuck? Why would you taste earwax? Is this one of your
Could have done it accidentally.
Is this one of your textures things?
Yeah.
You like the texture and taste of earwax?
Only if it's dried, not wet.
Oh God.
I got a funny story actually about bodily fluids. Well, it's
I said
sort
no
of
more
like a
Jews.
solid. Actually,
It's more-
when I was real young. So I was in like grade 3 or some shit like this. You know how you're sitting down on the floor?
ate a
and-
poo.
No, the teacher's sort of sitting there like crapping on about some shit, fucking ABCs or something. And
Those basic things you forgot.
anyway, yeah, pretty much dyslexia. It's a real fucking disease, all right?
No, that's getting it backwards, not forgetting it. It's a difference.
Anyway, so like for some reason there was an odd smell, like someone had shat himself, and we sort of like all sort of started like scooting our bums away from this one person. It was a female, actually. And she had taken a shit on the floor and then tried to deny it. And when the teacher pulled her up, she's put her finger in it and gone to like smell it.
To prove it was like chocolate or something?
What, the
Yes.
teacher did
Yeah.
or the student
Oh.
Yeah, to prove it was like chocolate or some shit. But
The student did.
It was a solid. It was a solid shit.
did? I'm confused. Is the teacher like scooping up poop off the floor?
No, the student, the person that did it. I remember her name as well, actually.
Yeah.
And I only
Yeah.
remember her name because of her last name is a famous football player. And I don't want to say because it's going to narrow it down, but it's
Well, you're going to say her last name rhymes with
Andrew
poo.
Jarman. So her last name was Jarman.
I mean, it's probably an unnecessary detail.
Yeah.
I also have a similar story of not someone shitting in a class, but something that went around the whole primary school. There was a girl who was a bit weird, to be honest. And this one day, the word went around that she'd gone to the girls' toilets and taken a shit, but like missed the toilet seat. So it like someone landed on the toilet seat and gone on the floor. And then somehow she ended up wiping it all over the walls. And that was just the thing that got around the whole school. And then she was just fucking
Poo girl.
poo girl for the rest of the time. The one who fucking just shat on the floor and wiped it all over the walls.
Why? How?
And I remember her name as well, but I won't put it out there.
This
You guys, it's like these
No.
girls had these terrible accidents. I had literally had dudes who purposefully shat in the drains in the guys' toilets.
yeah, like
Yeah, all in the
And Waffle
cistern.
stopped it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, in this, they did that in the
The
system.
cistern, reverse kangas, all that shit.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. Like, I don't get it. Like, guys, like in the army when we were overseas, at one stage we had to share a toilet block between fucking a lot of people, and guys were like, yeah, reverse kangaroing it and fucking smearing shit everywhere. But I didn't understand. I never understood because they had to continue using the fucking toilets. So it's not like you're going to take a shit and not go for another week.
You may as well shit in your own bed.
Yeah,
Yeah, I never understood that either.
Oh, it's
I don't
weird,
know.
man.
But what would possess like? It's funny to take pictures of your shit and send it to your mates. I get that,
Oh, yeah.
I don't get
Yeah, it is.
smearing your own shit around in the toilet. Like what? That's just. What is the point?
I reckon I've sent so many photos of my shit to you, too.
Yeah.
That shit isn't. Well, yeah, that literal,
I'm pretty sure
literal
we can
shit
like
is not weird. It's
now
not
we
normal.
can tell when you're sick from your shit.
I think my finest effort was when I took a video and sent it to Josh of me shitting.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that.
That's
Yeah.
it.
And it's got sound effects and everything.
fucking hilarious.
And I don't know how I did it.
It's because we were building up, like the photos were just escalating, and then you've orchestrated this beautiful fucking videography of you taking your own shit.
I don't even know how the fuck you did that.
Oh, it was,
I was like standing in it's like a half squat. I'm pretty sure I had to hold my dick and balls out the way and then just, got to filming.
oh, talk it up, champ. They're not that big.
I bet you had like a tripod and lighting.
No, that was all handheld.
Wow. We're going back a few years now, so like on the old 3 megapixel fucking
Next minute, Ryan's like, I've got it here.
The quality's not great.
I'll post it up.
I have a photo of Ryan sitting on the toilet with his dick tucked in with a mangina.
Is that in your wank bank?
Did you realize? No. Did you realize you'd send that to me?
I did that on purpose.
Yeah, I know you did, but do you realize that I have it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
well,
dangerous.
That is very dangerous.
Yeah,
I don't-
never do
I have
that
no
shit.
shame. Like, that's-
He's sitting on the toilet with his dick tucked in, making a mangina, and he's just like, thumbs up.
Okay, that's got to go up on Instagram.
Ryan has a mangina.
Oh fuck, we're like way off fucking first base here.
Well, we're supposed to, first base. Is this your foreplay? You start talking about shit and then you get to
What
first
other
base.
bases?
We were talking about a trip, which we're not allowed to tell the location of, but we all went away finally together for just a camping trip. No hunting. We did a bit of fishing to no success, but
No. I had success. Fuck yous.
right.
Yous didn't.
Josh caught a puffer fish. I don't call that a success.
Nope, it's
took
still
you
a
half
fish.
an hour to get it off the hook.
You caught a fish, but it was the wrong one.
It was one more than both of you. So that's fine.
That is correct.
Everything's a
True.
competition. Everything.
But either way, it was nice to get away, do some full driving.
It was the first time you took your what is it? Like that heap of shit on
Shit
four
wagon.
wheels.
The Triton,
That's it.
the one that didn't get stuck.
This is true.
It's because you didn't fucking try much.
I did though.
I did.
Ryan will fucking testify to this.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
I did lead the way at some times.
Yeah, you did.
You had to jump in my car.
And then I had to pull him out. The thing,
Yeah,
I had to
I-
pull him out of trying what I
I
did.
had some
successfully.
issues keeping my hands on the steering wheel at some point, at one point, and then I just completely drove off the
Is
track.
that like you like ADD? Like you're driving? Oh, pretty butterfly. You just like hands off the wheel or
a
something.
little bit,
No,
a little bit of column A,
I
column
did.
B.
I did say this actually after I posted it to someone who commented on Instagram.
Yeah,
But-
people just pretty much called me a fucking flog. They're like, you can't park there, you fuckwit.
The lead up to this sand dune, there was like all these weird like undulations, so you couldn't get like a full on run up at it because you were just like bouncing up and down. But yeah,
What were they? Sorry, undulations.
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 Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry, Josh.
Do you know what that is?
That's
Fucking, you've come a long way, haven't you? Fucking correcting me.
Fucking A.
Jeez. Undulations.
Like a fucking eagle, man. When you fuck up, I'm there to strike.
So it fucked your speed on the run up basically because you just kept bouncing up and down.
But
But-
did you get up there?
And you're turning at the same
I got
time.
up there. So there was that hill actually that all three of us tried.
Yeah.
I fucking turned my traction control off, and I was
What?
that's what got me further.
And you have traction
traction control?
I have traction control.
What kind of pussy fucking bitch mobile are you driving?
I'm sorry, but my car is younger than my car's older than yours. What year's yours?
2013, 2014. Whatever, I can't remember. the
Mine's
last-
2013. I have traction control. I turned it off, and I was getting up dunes better.
Yeah, that'd help. That hill that we all didn't make it up. One, I think.
It was churned
We're-
to shit.
Well, I think we were all backing off on the throttle a little bit actually, but also when you turned, you lost momentum
Oh,
because it was
100%.
so boggy.
Yeah.
You sort of didn't keep your momentum to get up there. Look, yeah,
I think I kept bottoming out as well when I reached halfway.
yeah, but your suspension was fucked, wasn't it?
It was fucked. I was riding an inch off of the axle.
So you fixed it. What suspension did you put in?
fucked if I know. Gave it to the guy that I get to do all the work.
Petters, didn't you say?
Yeah, there's a guy down Petters.
How much did it cost you?
Just under $3,500.
Fuck me, man. You can get Bilsteins for like 4K.
Yeah, that was with the lift kit as well.
Fuck you
I
there.
got the
That's
front
with the
done
lift
and I
kit
got
as
the
well.
back done. And do you know what? I would rather pay because I know this guy does a good job like that, and they stayed open for me till 6:30.
Yeah.
Like the guy actually gives a fuck, and
Yeah, that's all right.
he's just a top bloke, and he does me favors.
Yeah, that's all right.
Cheeky wristy around the back.
That's fair.
And now your wheels look tiny.
Yeah, they do.
What do you got on your car? 31s?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I got
He said that
31s.
like he knew. I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
I got no fucking idea.
Exactly, told you.
You got 33s. Your tires.
Whatever the
I
standard
got
size
33s,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, whatever the standard size is, because I matched the same. Because I didn't want to fuck with my speedo too much when I changed the tires out. I kept it the same size tire as what comes stock standard.
Oh, look, that's understandable, but yeah. I mean, and not to mention you're probably better on the fuel economy.
I actually noticed my Speedo is good up to 100 Ks. Like you have your phone GPS going and it gives you the speed, which is pretty accurate because of all the fucking satellites calculating how fast you're going versus their odometer. And mine's fine up until 100 Ks, and at 110 is about 3 Ks out.
Really?
Yeah.
What about yours, Josh?
Look, I'm probably, mine progressively gets more the faster I'm going. So it's out at 60, it's like, I don't know, 62, and then sort of 70, it grows to like 64, and then 80, it's like 5 Ks out, and then 100, still 5 Ks out. 110, I'm doing like 117.
Yeah, mine's 10 Ks out at 60, and then it gets worse from there.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
That's why
No,
you
there's something
can't
wrong with your
drive.
car.
That's why he drives so fucking weird in a
Yeah.
convoy and he's like 3 kilometers back.
Yeah, because I'm in the car and I was like, these guys are fucking speeding. We're all going to get fucking tickets and everyone's going to be pissed off. Turns out my speedo's just out.
Look, from factory, there is actually a legal thing where speedos are allowed to actually be 10% out.
Well, they're supposed to tell you you're going faster than you actually are. They're supposed to.
Yeah, so 10% out.
Yeah.
is
But that answers the-
basically
like-
where they can sit in.
Because I've driven past radars doing 130, like on the odd fuck, but never got a speeding fine. And now it makes sense because I never was
Yeah.
actually speeding.
Yeah, bro.
Your dress is probably just
No,
not up to date and there's all these.
Yeah, there's probably that. So I probably haven't
Overdue fees.
got any license. Probably got a warrant for my arrest.
You do drive the slowest out of all of us, actually.
I do. I don't know. I'll just have a leisurely approach to driving. I don't really.
Yeah. When I'm driving down Southeast, man, like if I hit that fucking Salt Creek Highway, it's on.
Yeah, I mean, I drive.
Within the speed limit.
I drive
Of
with-
course.
Because of the law.
Yeah.
I'm the law, bitches.
I drive with purpose.
You drive with
You are the
you
worst,
are the
man.
worst, man. Especially when you had that zippy little fucking flower bitchmobile.
I don't understand how you didn't lose your license again, actually. Because fuck.
Have you
me,
lost your
man.
license before?
Yeah, when I was 18, 19.
Have we spoken about this?
We haven't. I lost it for speeding twice when I was on my Ps, which 2 offences was automatically loss of license back in
But
the
you didn't learn from that because, man, mate, for starters, on the podcast, you said you were doing 30 past a 25K work zone. And you thought that was okay.
Well,
fuck
my
those
street is normally 50.
It doesn't
And
matter.
this fucker decided to get up my goat for the sake of 5 Ks an hour, which he can't fucking tell the difference between.
Oh, you can sort of tell, man. You can tell something.
I just had a big, loud vehicle and I'd been past him 3 times. And he had just come to the end of his workday. He was a bit grumpy. So I told him to fuck off and go home and have a beer.
See, I don't actually believe you were doing 30. I reckon you were doing like 80.
Swear, I was not going. I was not doing any more than 30.
Man, I've been in the car, and Ryan's right. When you had that fucking automatic, man, like you'd speed up to 100 to go fucking 120 meters just to hit a roundabout, slow down, and then speed back up, like in the back streets. I'm like,
Because they were
God.
work vehicles and I didn't pay for the fuel.
Look, I get that point, but I also get the point of
I now
come on,
do
man.
not. I now do not do that.
Come on, man.
Did you
50K
play-
streets are safer streets.
Especially when
right?
diesel's fucking $1.62 at the moment. I
It's going
doubt.
up. They reckon
now,
it's going to go up to $1.80.
Well, unleaded is already $1.85.
Yeah, that's fucked. That's fucked.
Isn't diesel a offshoot of?
Yes, it's a byproduct
Of petrol?
Yeah. But if you're a businessman, you're going to be like, well, I'm still selling that shit.
Yeah.
Go out and see Australia. Go see your state.
Yeah.
By the way, we're putting the fucking fuel up to $1.85.
Can you imagine what the fuel prices would be up like in the middle of Australia?
Yeah, it'd be
Oh,
fucking.
they'd be over $2 already.
yeah.
I don't know. I haven't looked at it, but
Don't they? Isn't
And here we are talking about driving to fucking Kununurra in our holidays.
it's all right. We'll just use vegetable oil.
Well,
just-
yeah.
if only there was a
Find some
vehicle.
sort
It's
of
a thing.
substitute. Yeah, well, I don't know if your car's going to like it, but
I'm willing to give it a crack. I'll put my car through enough.
you can get those hydrogen, is it, the cells? And you can do like a hybrid, diesel and hydrogen.
Dude, the
fucking-
only reason we're not driving around in that shit already is because there's too much money to be made from milking us dry on all the fossil fuels.
Mate, technology has existed for a very long time. We don't need fossil fuels.
We'd be
Haven't we?
driving on cars powered by water if they wanted.
Well, is something that we're in short supply of fresh water, but yeah.
What?
There's,
Why are we in
there's
short supply
salt
of
water
fresh water?
cars, man, that fucking convert it.
They have a desal.
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, there's technology for all sorts, but fucking corporations run the world
Yeah, look.
and they want to make all the fossil fuel prices go up.
There's no doubt about that, but we're not running out of fossil fuels anytime soon, especially when the world essentially makes fossil fuels over time.
Yeah, it's the
Just kill-
consumption of
Just
it
kill
versus
some more people and fucking put
The
some more,
rate of making it, yeah.
put some more
That's
bodies
true.
in the
You
ground.
need dead things in the
yeah,
ground
you
for
do.
it to work.
Just put some more bodies in the ground.
You need carbon, man. You need carbon.
Oh, so we started an oil pit at one of our hunting places when we did a
I wondered where you were going with that.
Yeah, I was really hoping you weren't going to go back when I was in the army.
No, we did a ruco.
Oh, yeah.
And we had to move the carcasses and dump them in.
That was hard work, man.
It was, actually.
Yeah, we were excited. Yeah.
There's
it was,
definitely
that was
oil
through
on that
university,
property.
wasn't it?
Next minute, the future cars of the world will be powered by that pit of dead roos.
And what a
dear.
hit it was. It was a sight to be seen.
It was. It would have been
I got a photo of that.
probably a good fucking 30 metres long.
Yeah, probably can't post those photos up online though. We'll get some whip back.
Probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the best.
But no one likes kangaroos in Australia. They're fucking like rats, mate.
The only good kangaroo is a skunk kangaroo with no back straps, baby.
People do though.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, but do you know what? There's a movement to save the foxes in Australia. I mean, that is the stupidity of people and what they'll get on board with.
Yeah, do you know there's more roos than people in Australia?
Yeah,
Do you know what I find to be the fucking weirdest parallel? The fact that there are fucking kangaroo sanctuaries where people like save injured kangaroos. And yet,
you can cull
as a
them.
country, we fucking actively cull the things as well. That is the weirdest fucking concept to me.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I was driving. Where was I driving? Oh, I was driving up to Queensland one year, and just outside, I was heading on the Northern Expressway, and I would have hit past Churro, just sort of like heading out that way.
So basically,
Heading north.
You've gone 20 minutes from your house. What does Queensland matter at this point?
No, well, I was heading to Queensland. I was
Okay.
trying to think where I was going, and that
Stop
night
for a
'cause
packet of cigarettes
I
and a
didn't.
coffee.
I didn't get out there till dark, and I remember just driving along and just like floods of roos, just left and right of the road, and then there was a stretch of road that no shit would have been about I reckon, man, it would have been at least
As long as
50 k's long, and there was just like semis had just hit roo after roo after roo. They were just scattered along the highway. I wish I had a phone back then to film it. But it was ridiculous. And I sat there to myself, and I actually drove past someone had crashed their car into a roo. The roo was still in the windshield of the car, and the car was on the side of the road. No one was in it. They'd obviously got a lift somewhere.
To a hospital.
And then like I ended up getting like probably out in the middle of New South Wales, and I was sort of pulled over, and I had the night, slept, got it in the car, and drove off, and then the car was coming past the other way, and their bumper had been ripped off by a roo. Like it's just a nightmare. I'm like, how do we? At what point do we go? Okay, human life is more important than fucking a kangaroo.
I'm outraged. Build a fucking roof fence along the side of every road in Australia.
Well, that's gonna have to be a big fucking fence.
You know that would mean 40 k's an hour on most roads while they build them. On top of the bullshit that we're dealing with now. There is a lot of people with signs trying to hit your car that you'll have to deal with.
Don't get South Australia to build it because it'll still be being built in 5 years.
No,
time.
it'll only be on one side of the road.
Yeah, they'll build one side of the road and they'll build half of it and then leave all the fucking speed signs out, despite it being finished.
I mean, I've hit a roo. Ryan was in the car.
Man, that got like whiplash. That roo was whiplashed around the side of the car.
Yeah.
It was
I was
pretty
doing
fucking
100.
cool.
The dents were quite funny. It was like a ripple
Yeah,
effect
like-
down your car.
Each vertebrae was indented down the side of my car.
But it was like a clean. It was like it hit the head just below the base of the skull and then snapped its neck and the whole body's whipped around. It was dead before it even hit the fucking ground.
Yeah, and then its tail, the last dent was where its tail hit the rear passenger door.
How long did it take you to get that car fixed too? It took a while, didn't it?
I don't know how long it took because I left.
Oh, you left.
I left.
Oh, was it not fixed when you left?
No, when I
That
left.
was like a good 5 weeks.
well,
longer than that.
well, there was like a month delay in getting the insurance. There was all these weird delays, like
COVID.
corporate bullshit and whatever. And then, yeah, I ended up leaving that job before the car was fixed. It was at the crash repairers when I left. So, shout out to the poor bastard who's driving that vehicle now.
He'll never know because it'll be
Blood
fixed.
of ruin.
He won't.
I've got 2 stories actually about roos. So when I first joined the army, I fucking went up the guts. Oh, I came home from
a roo?
IETs, and I sort of like chilled at home. I had like a fortnight, and then I had a few days to drive up to Darwin. Anyway, I drove up to Darwin, and the first stop I stopped off just outside of Alice Springs on the northern side. And just pulled over to the side of the road. I pulled out my swag and fucking, I was like, yeah, cool, time to go to bed. I had my 30-30 as well.
Lever action.
Yeah, my old lever action 30-30.
Oh, delicious.
And
that gun
I was like real young, and I'm like, fuck. And this is obviously like before laws changed. And I was like, fuck, I'll just sleep with it.
1996.
Yeah, something like that. So
You slept with your gun.
So I slept with it in my swag. Anyway, I was sort of like had a few hours sleep, and next minute there was this like nudging just at the edge of the swag, and I'm like, fuck, because I heard all these rumours, like from all the instructors in Singo, like about, you know, people jacking your cars and fucking stealing your shit when you're driving up north. Anyway, I was like, okay, no dramas. So I was a bit on edge when like my swag just started getting nudged, and I'm like, fuck. Don't mix me wines. Fuck. Thanks,
Jesus, I didn't know you were that fucking classy.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, Jesus. Anyway, I sort of was like, all right, I've got to suck this up and see what's going on outside. So I've had your swag that you've got now, your single swag. It was that same swag. So I've unzipped it and I put my hand outside, and I've put my hand straight on a fucking kangaroo's head. What? I've flipped my lid. I've like fucking like weed myself. I'm like, fuck. I jumped out of the swag. This poor roo's hopped off. But that was, look.
Hang on. You led with your hand before you even saw it.
Yeah,
You're just
because like by that stage I was like, oh, well, if it's anything that's going to try and hurt me, it's
What
going to
would
be
you
right
lead
there
with?
by now.
I'd like open the swag up to be able to see what the fuck it is that I'm dealing with.
Mate, I was half asleep and I was like, well, fuck. And I sort of registered that it wasn't like a major threat because it wasn't like
I'll
tearing
be like,
apart.
first thing I do is be like, I've got a gun.
Nah. Anyway, I packed up. I took another fucking another day driving down the road, and I pulled into this fucking further, hellfire, closer to Darwin, and pulled into this place called Stewart's Tree. Anyway, you sort of go off the main road onto a side track and then you pull into another track and you come up to, I think it might be a boab tree. I don't know. I can't remember, but it's called Stewart's Tree. And as I was driving up to it, this fucking little Joey has just come hopping along and hit my front tyre of my driver's side front tyre and just bounced off. And I thought, fuck, I've just killed this Joey.
Hey, were you moving or were you not moving?
I was crawling along.
I thought you said you're stationary. Joris was
No,
running.
no, because there was a car in front of me and it was just timed perfectly and it hit the rim of the tyre. Anyway, I've pulled over because this Joey's lying on the ground. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'll kill this Joey. I'll just get it off the road. So I got out the car, picked up the Joey, taken a few steps, and this thing sprung to life in my hand and started kicking and thrashing about and then hopped off. I'm like, oh, cool.
Wow. They really are the rats of Australia.
They are, man. They are.
It's just, I just am always blown away by the fact that they can start having babies and then mid-cycle stop until the weather and the season gets good, and then the baby starts growing again.
Yeah, man.
Joey.
They're the only species on the planet that can suspend birth.
That's insane. No wonder the population's fucking insane. I mean, we've gone to Coles where the entire fucking square kilometre paddock has gotten up and jumped away.
Yeah, they've been quite bad in a lot of areas, to be honest.
That's really unfortunate because the place that we were that I'm thinking of is where they were trialing all the new organic farming rotation, and it fucked that entire experiment.
Yeah, well, they had a drought as well.
That's true. Yeah,
there's no doubt because the number of head of roos on that property, there's no doubt that caused some loss in feed for their livestock. And they went from 400 cattle to zero.
Well, there was 4,000 estimated roos on the property, and they reckoned it could only sustain 600 successfully.
Yeah, but then you got to realise if you're running 400 head of cow,
combined with the cattle, there could only be 600 roos there.
I don't even think.
But there was 4,000.
But yeah, it's.
I mean, some of those roos were not in good nick either. They were, and that said, there was others that were in really good shape. Which,
for such a green area, is surprising. The state of some of those roos, but it just shows there was way too many for that patch of land.
Oh shit, yeah,
yeah,
and
definitely.
Plenty of water, everything. Well,
it's on a lake, so yeah, there's definitely water around. But look, it is disappointing, and at the end of the day, they were like, "Oh, let's just build a high fence around the property, and then the roos will get out and not come back in," which didn't work.
And that was for their funding. So
no, that was for their roo management.
That's what I mean. For the funding that they had before they could get the cull, they had to prove that they were.
No, we'd been going there culling for them since I was like a teenager.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So that was a step that they had to take that they were required to do.
No, they didn't have to. They had an allocation for vermin control, and they come up with the idea of let's build a fucking fence.
Yeah, but that wasn't the caretaker. That was
they didn't have. No, that was the board. They didn't have to. Yeah. They didn't have to.
They didn't have to, but someone in their wisdom designated that was the next step.
I must be getting my wires crossed because I remember talking to the caretaker and she kept saying they. She might have been referring to the board instead of the government.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah. Well, someone from the government was who suggested that to drive these roos off the property, drive them all to the lake, and they'll all swim across the other side.
Which roos do swim?
They do swim, but
only if they have to.
Get fucked. That's going to happen.
Yeah,
like you're going to drive 4,000 roos to the lake, and they're all going to swim across the other side, and that's a pretty big lake.
That's just another story that's testament to people in positions that know fuck all, making decisions that they shouldn't be making.
And there's no doubt about it. After our work there, they were certainly impressed, and it certainly sparked the ears of some government personnel to realise how how valuable contract shooters are.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit and we couldn't go there.
Yeah, yep. And which was quite funny because we were actually being looked at for doing a Brumby cull in the National Forest. So
I was super excited about that. That's disappointing.
you're excited excited about shooting horses.
No, I'm excited about eating horse.
What?
That's our shot.
We can make some glue out of the rest of it.
Out of the hooves.
Can
Just hoof glue.
go back to the old way of making gyprock and fucking cornices and put
Horse
some
hair,
horse
baby.
hair in it, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Get some ceilings up.
Build a house.
They don't build them like they used to.
Can you imagine how fucking labour intensive that shit would be?
Yeah, but it lasts fucking ages.
But because it's mixed with asbestos.
Yeah.
Asbestos. Actually, I learned something the other day. Did you know
What?
brake pads? I don't think they still make them with it. I'm pretty sure they don't. But up until the 90s, they were still making brake pads with asbestos in them, and they are still available.
Oh, really? You can still buy them?
Yeah, you can still buy them. Yep, definitely.
I knew that
That's
they
one of
made
the
them.
materials in the brake pad, and I'm sitting there going, "Wait a second! Once you powderise asbestos, then it's dangerous." So I'm like, that happens quite a lot on brake pads.
Brake dust.
Yeah.
Yeah. It depends on what type of asbestos it is, though. There's two different types.
I mean, let's not split hairs over
Yeah,
that
it's
at this
asbestos.
point. I think we're 3/4 of an hour into the podcast
Oh, really?
and we haven't even got
Fuck,
to
we
our
haven't
topic
got
yet.
to the topic yet.
Look, this is why I was like, let's keep it open. You know, just
You're like,
jive
yeah,
today.
man, let's just keep
Yeah.
it free, dude.
Fucking hell, let's go buy a caravan and fuck off.
Don't harsh my mellow.
Peace
Oi.
and love, bro.
That's something that's also a bit of a point of interest, and we are not sticking to structure this week for our listeners, but whatever.
What's this weeb, cowboy? You're the only one who's
No,
not
no.
sticking to structure.
You've gone rogue, Joshua.
Yeah.
You've gone rogue, bro. He's gone rogue.
Fucking just call me
Do I
Rambo.
need to get a
right?
posse?
Call me Rambo, cunts.
You're a Rambo cunt.
You're a cunt, Rambo.
We also went to the full what is it? The fucking
Fishing and four-wheel driving adventure show.
no, it's the
No, full driving adventure.
camping and adventure show in South Australia this weekend.
Where you could get the COVID jab next door.
You could, and there was a dude at the gates
Yelling
going, "The COVID jab, go down the end, and the rest of you come down here."
Poor bastard.
Oh, mate, do you know what?
As all the sheep filed through the same gate.
Yeah.
You had to tell them which way to go.
And there was plenty of signs, but I have to take my hat off to that man. He was saying it with the same volume and the same intensity at the end of the day as he was at the beginning of the day.
He was actually.
He was. I was talking to Dad today, actually, and he went on Saturday as well. And he's like, yeah, I went to some gate and they were only doing COVID jabs there.
Dad, clearly you didn't follow the rules.
And they had to walk. He's like, yeah, they told us to walk all the way around. I was like, stuff that and fucking jump in the car. Anyway.
Well, we were going down there as a bit of a send it mate thing to help out Troll So Hard Lures.
Yeah.
Well, not help him, but support him.
Support him, sorry.
Say g'day.
Support him and say g'day and obviously see what's about. And we had organised to go in the morning, and this is a bit of today's topic actually. But we ended up having to wait, or we ended up going without someone.
You didn't wait for a
Yeah,
mate.
we didn't wait for a mate because why, Ryan? Why didn't we wait for you?
There's a plethora of reasons that amalgamated make a lot of sense. But basically, I got piss drunk the night before and forgot to set an alarm. And then it was like 20 minutes past the time that I was actually supposed to be there, where I got an angry phone call from Caleb.
Well, it wasn't angry. It was just like, it's 20 past 9. Where
It
the
was
fuck are you?
it was heavy worded. It's 20 past 9, man, on a Saturday. Where are you?
But to be fair, I'd rung you and like the answer was hello.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm not angry at you at all. I
I was
actually
like-
laughed when I hung up. I'm like, wow,
I was like,
they've been waiting.
I looked at Caleb and I'm like, he's definitely fucking hungover.
Oh, dude.
dude, it's Saturday. It's 20 past 9.
The
Oh, yeah, I forgot to set an alarm, eh?
the ironic thing is Friday you were on us in the Send It Mate chat that we have on a messenger.
Oh, yeah.
You were on us about fucking what's going
Dude,
on.
I was sitting in my office. I was sending work emails and fucking calling people. I got Send It Mate shit going on the side. My fucking boom, boom, boom. And then my mate who lives in Port Lincoln came over. Shout out to Andrew, the big dog, the man, the legend. Man, just every time I hang out with that guy, it's like liter steins, and they just keep coming. So I was digging myself a hole anyway. And then what was supposed to be a quiet couple of beers turned into a 4 o'clock in the morning absolute fucking rampage. And then
How the
paid for
fuck do you, your age, stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning?
very easily. I go fucking hard, but then I pay for it. For
Have
like a
children,
week.
bro.
Yeah, you adapt, man.
You
adapt
develop
to
a
it.
new ability.
I will only do it if I'm out hunting, and that's about it. Like these days, I'm like, fuck, it's like 10 o'clock. Where's bro?
Nah,
Bro,
man.
it hasn't been that long since we've been out till the break of dawn, yo.
Oh, it's been
Yeah.
years, man.
Nah,
Boys,
Yeah.
no,
it hasn't been that long.
Years. Look, actually think about it. It's
down.
been years.
No, it's
Don't
not been
fucking age
years.
yourself,
No
bro.
fucking way.
Yous went out when we were in fucking pre-COVID in Melbourne, and I went home. Oh, I went to the hotel and went to sleep.
we went
You
out.
didn't leave the hotel.
We went out 6 months ago, and we were out to at least 3 o'clock in the morning at a titty bar.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
or maybe that was just me.
No, man.
I get confused about the times when I went out by myself and the times I went out.
What?
I think that was just you, bro.
I'm kidding.
Nah. I reckon we've been at the pub at the latest like midnight in the last like couple of years. The
What I'm getting out of
latest
this
midnight.
is you're a fucking pansy and a lightweight.
You've changed.
Right, look, man, I can't do it. Nah.
I mean, at this point, have we fucking started the topic or
No,
what?
we haven't. But I would like to circle around to the
me.
conversation we had where
Can
you
I
two-
introduce the topic?
Just hang on a second. You two have got to have a drink off still.
You've got to be assertive, cunt. All right,
You gotta
you're
be-
not assertive.
be
You're not
assertive,
assertive, and you're not fucking putting the topic in. What the fuck? That's when the piss just hit me.
Wow, he's got a false sense of security about himself now and he's going to run his mouth.
so come on. Topic.
We're the fucking ones who had to fucking get you off of just meandering through the fucking conversation. And now we're getting to our topic, which is waiting for a mate.
You're not wearing a watch. Why the fuck are you looking at your wrist?
I'm waiting for Caleb to tell the topic.
Anyway, waiting for a mate is a viral video that went around quite a few years ago now. But it was a guy who was basically sitting in his car. He'd crashed his vehicle. He was like he was perched up on a couple of curbs, and the cop came over to say, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I thought tonight I'd give you a little refresher on some audio.
Please do.
Was that on Cops?
Not cops, the
No, it was
Aussie, like
it was
RBT
Australian.
or
Yeah, like that
whatever the
sort of
fucking
thing.
Aus
Yeah.
Australian version of. Anyway, I'll play some audio. Here's a new one for our fucking podcast. To refresh your memory, just waiting for a mate.
What's going on?
I'm just waiting for a mate.
Is that why your car's all smashed up and you're up on the grass at the moment, or what?
Yeah. Just
Yeah?
waiting for a mate. He's gone in there. Why?
I'm just wondering how the collision with your car happened, mate.
What collision?
Well, the one that's got all your wheels and stuff twisted up and your front bumper bars hanging off, mate.
Well, I'm just waiting for a mate, as I said.
Who's your mate?
Hey?
Who's your mate?
James.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
James who? How'd you get down here? How'd you get down here?
Does it matter?
It kind of does, mate, because you've just been involved in an accident.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
Have I?
Yeah.
What kind of accident?
One with a curb, mate, and your old car's smashed up.
One with the curb.
Can I see your licence, please?
No.
No?
No.
No? Been drinking tonight?
No.
I can smell it on you.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Well, I'm not driving.
That's fine, mate. Your car's been involved in an accident. I believe you were an occupant of the car.
Oh, I haven't even...
That's gold. I remember watching that actually. The dude was cooked.
That was the tits back in the day. Like viral, that bloke, what the hell? And
I think it's a thing now, though. I'm waiting for a mate.
yeah, and now it's just part of our fucking
Like doing a Bradbury.
vernacular. Yeah, like doing a Bradbury. Just waiting for a mate, eh? What are you doing?
Waiting for a mate.
Anyway, so, I mean, that is our topic for today, waiting for a mate. I thought while I'm at it, I have another video, a quick little snippet, which is one of my fucking favourites. And I was really late to the party on this one. This was viral quite a while ago as well. And I've only discovered it in the last year or so. But little special treat, another little audio file here. Josh,
Is this what I think it is?
you probably will. A bloke getting arrested as well.
You just assured me that I could speak.
Sit down inside the car. We're not assuring anything. We're under arrest.
Look, I'm under what? Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before. Why did you do this to me? Get some cups. For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Oh, that's a nice headlock, sir. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo well. Good one. And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? How dare you get your hands off me. Hands off! And farewell.
So I guess get him in the car.
One cup, look. They even...
That bloke,
hand off my penis!
You, sir, you're waiting to receive my limp penis.
I couldn't help myself after rewatching the Waiting for a Mate video. I'm like, oh, fuck, that guy getting arrested. Democracy Manifest. Check that guy
What
out.
an absolute fucking champion.
Wait, dead set. If I seen him down the street, I'd high five him and give him $50.
That was a while ago, though.
What a
was
character.
That would have been
80s.
Early
That was-
2000 or not late 90s.
Yeah, that video, though, was...
Nah, the rest was like probably 90s, but it didn't go viral till the internet was more of a thing.
How did that... To think back then, you'd need a big fuck-off camera and some decent mics to be able to pick up.
Nah,
Well, that was news footage, man. There's all news cameras
was
there.
it?
Yeah.
Ah, that makes more sense.
all you need to think about is how the fuck did he come up with that shit on the fly?
Pretty good, eh?
He's just fucking hammered and just speaks in a sophisticated man's...
Well, he'd just been pulled out of a dinner, so
What am I being arrested for? Eating a succulent Chinese meal.
it was brilliant. And it was a case of mistaken identity as well. So they arrested him thinking he was this other bloke who was doing the dodgy, basically. So there you go.
They done fucked up.
He's tried to make a comeback too.
Who? Succulent Chinese meal?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he does paintings and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an artiste.
He's come back around again, actually.
Yep. Because I only saw that for the first time a few months ago. And I pretty much wet my pants for about 3 days solid, man. That's all I could think about.
that's a lot
It's
of
a gift
washing.
that keeps on giving.
I do wonder how, like, you go. How did we miss that? Like, all three of us didn't see that.
I don't
until
know.
recently.
I don't
How
know.
the fuck did we miss that?
Well, I didn't have a proper phone until I was probably 17, 18.
Do you even look at your phone now?
No, I have a proper phone now. I don't even look at it.
I mean, I'm good for everything viral from about 2008 onwards because, like,
Oh, you a sex pest, bro, from fucking
08,
from
09, I was at
fucking
uni.
87 onwards.
That was the age of 2 girls, 1 cup, glass ass, all that shit.
The golden age.
And then, yeah, I don't know.
All down here.
I'm not up with the fucking kids these days and their TikTok and bullshit.
Oh, it's probably like, glass tripper in the dick eye or some shit like that now.
I get most of my music
No,
from
these
TikTok,
days it's like
man.
words offend me, words of violence.
It's the ironic thing, isn't it?
I
Like, the
don't think it's
mainstream-
that bad.
Well,
I really don't.
The porn's more fucked, and then you've got this like
The what's?
the porn categories, like the extreme side of
Are you knowing that? Do you know this? From
How did we get
experience?
to porn?
Oh,
Yeah.
because we're talking about like 2 girls, 1 cup. So like the extreme side of porn is more readily acceptable in younger generations, but then the whole "don't offend me" thing is swung the other way. So it's like,
Well, I've got to ask you actually, because there's been some studies, and Ryan, you'll love this. There's been some studies,
bro. Touch me where it feels good.
on guys watching porn and heightened violence in a relationship. So like domestic sort of violence. Obviously, it doesn't always have to be physical. It can be emotional or, pushing different sort of sexual things.
You're talking about like the misconception that porn provides of what sex is in reality.
Yeah. There's been a few articles about it, and how it's not really good. But at the same time, kids from like as soon as a kid gets a phone now, that's it. They've got access. Man.
Access to the internet.
Well,
man.
it's bullshit. Like you
They're,
talk to
they're looking at that shit.
girls these days and young men, like teenage boys, just think that anal is like run of the mill.
What the
Like,
fuck, man?
Yep. What? And it's unfortunate because young girls see porn and they think, oh, that's what they have to do.
Yeah,
And
that's
boys
fucked
just think, oh, yeah, that's what happens. Like if you watch porn, there's generally a fucking standard, all right, you fucking get your dick out, that gets sucked for a bit. You maybe go down at a chick, maybe not. And then we move to fucking vaginal sex and then you're fucking whacking it in her ass and then we're all good. Then you come on her face and we're done.
That's
No,
pretty
you've
much
got-
the formula.
that's
of
pretty much
most
the formula.
porn
No, you've got
movies.
ATM. Like, there's a little bit of
Us to
fucking.
it. Yeah, but that's a niche category.
That's niche,
You got to
bro.
go looking for that.
There's like a standard formula.
There is.
But it's not as simple as that. And
But now there's like weird shit, and we were talking about this like in the intermission about fucking
Feet porn.
feet porn and shit. Like, who the fuck gets off on feet?
hey, don't alienate our listeners, mate.
There's a lot of
Nah,
there's a
I'm
lot of different
alienating
niche
you.
categories that are making a lot of money, and that's the
Who the fuck gets off of a foot, mate?
I don't know.
Who gets off on you? I
Mate.
mean, that's a niche in itself.
Mate, I've seen some fucking
I've never
hideous
tried
feet in
jerking
my
off over
life.
Josh.
No, me either.
I have. And
Well, that explains why I've got a room full of mirrors and there's a weird towel in there that smells
That
real bad.
explains why you shave your chest because it's easy to clean the cum off.
oh yeah, I'm smooth, mate, all the way through.
Those dreadlocks you were developing
Oh.
was terrible.
I just thought you didn't hit puberty properly, and you were like,
That as well, and it's
know,
a
the
blessing
lack
in
of hair.
disguise.
yeah.
Nah, smooth is where it's at.
And-
Nah, look, niche or no niche, I just think it's fucking.
It's a bit weird, but there's like weird people have sex is like a personal thing, and whatever you get off on is what you get off on. But like, I think this
and
this
look,
ideology-
what's to say that you don't in 10 years' time look at feet and be like, oh,
That's
fuck
true.
yeah.
Like, don't knock it till you try it, bro. You always got to try everything once because you might like it a lot. You might fucking hate it as well, but that's okay.
Have you tried the dick?
No comment.
Yeah. That's disgusting.
Can you please clarify the question?
I'm going to save our listeners' ears right now.
That's
Maybe they
probably,
wanna know.
Probably a good idea. And none of this is getting to our topic, which is waiting for a mate.
This is why I said we should just have a fucking freedom fucking podcast.
I think
today.
you're trying to pull us off course on purpose.
Oh, no, I'm not trying. I'm succeeding,
You are succeeding.
motherfucker.
That's true.
Well, all I'm doing now is waiting for a mate to fucking do the first topic breakdown. And you are
That
that
is
guy,
me.
Ryan.
Good segue, man. Good segue.
Thank you. Someone had to fucking wedge that in there somehow.
This is going to go like one of three ways. Oh,
He's denying.
one of
No,
three ways.
he's fucking delaying the inevitable here.
It is
That's what's
delaying
happening.
the inevitable. Well, it's sort of like we were talking about this before we started recording about which direction this would go, and then Josh's words were, "It's obvious which way this is going to go."
Sounds like a guilty conscience.
Can you please elaborate what you mean by that, Josh?
What do you think we're going to
No,
do?
well, actually, the biggest thing that came to mind is
my dick.
Our no, that's probably
When he sack tapped you when you were sleeping.
that's
I'm sorry, sack tap is not the right word there. What's it called when you like get your dick out and you like just knock someone?
Turkey slap.
Turkey slap, that's the one. He turkey slapped you while you're sleeping and his dick came to mind.
We do not apologise for this episode, by the way.
one. It's got to be long enough. Two, it's like a 50-cent piece with about 5 mils.
In girth.
with about 5 mils of length.
And all the angles.
Chode.
You've got, wait, it's a hexagonal.
How many angles on a 50-cent piece?
Yes, cut.
It's 8.
Is it a pentagon or a hexagon
It's
or
a pentagon.
Octagon.
Octagon is 8, isn't it?
dodecahedron? I don't know.
I reckon it's an octagon.
I reckon
You've
it's-
also got
I reckon
some
it's 8.
lovely pictures of a kangaroo and the Queen's head tattooed on your peni.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Just have
have
more than
pictures
one.
of dicks on my phone like you do, Ryan.
I've got many a dick on my phone.
Anyway, let's
Plus the one that Caleb put on.
No,
there.
that's relevant because we were waiting for a mate because we went to the 4-wheel drive fucking show on the weekend and then Ryan was hungover and needed to go to take a shit. So what did I do to his phone? Put pictures of dicks on
Oh,
it.
you did, didn't you? Have you noticed that yet?
He did.
Yeah.
Immediately. He assumed it was me.
I'll
He assumed
have
it
you
was,
know.
he just, I'm flattered that he just assumed it was my dick.
I'll have you know that I was not only taking a shit, I also threw up
Wow.
Because you were gagging?
on a dick.
This has gone too far.
Fucking quality.
This has gone too
If you're still listening, you are a fucking champion.
Absolute champion.
far. I've already fucking dropped off like half an hour ago.
Do you know what? The people that are in a car right now that are having a giggle to themselves at the dirty humour that we have, you are
Probably
the
jerking
fucking-
each other off.
You are the thread that keeps society together in this weird fucking world of insanity and everyone being pissed off at everyone.
And if your kids are in the back seat, mate,
More
what are you
kudos
doing?
to you.
What are you doing? Yeah. What are you doing?
Mate, if they've got a mobile phone, just listen to Send It, mate.
Yeah, they already know what the fuck's going on anyway.
It's probably the lesser of fucking Pornhub.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully
fucking,
this is getting you through your boring work day,
They could be listening to WAP.
having a giggle at your desk.
all right, well, I'm going to bring this back to the topic. Fucking. So, the answer to your question,
so this is
Ryan,
leading into what mine will be. Yeah.
is quite simple. When we go for a hunt, and we sort of evolved in my mind from when we were young kids, and we had to.
And,
you know-
is this your topic that you want to talk about, or is this something different?
No, this is the answer to your question, but we both know because we fucking.
No, mine's different. It sounds like you're in a
So
different,
right now,
Yeah.
in case you've forgotten, you're supposed to be telling us what you're assuming we're going to bring.
Okay, so this is what I'm assuming, which is, so when we were young and we went out hunting and we've sort of evolved. We've gone from being young and barely affording fuck all and putting together pretty much the logistics to go on a hunt and being terrible at it. And then over the years, we've set a date, we've set a time that we're going to leave, and that time has certainly blown out. So we'll be like, okay, it's Friday, we're going for the weekend. Okay, everyone packed by fucking, I don't know, 9 o'clock in the morning. And then suddenly we leave at 1 o'clock in the afternoon because we're still packing. There's still fucking shit we've forgotten or whatever. And this is amplified with the amount of people that we've taken as well. So, we've been out hunting. Our hunting group has slowly expanded. So we've suddenly got to bring trailers or another car or this and that. And it seems though I get blamed consistently for fucking the time being fucking blown out. When in my head, I'll be like, okay, everyone here at 8. And in my head, I'm like, we won't leave till 10. But they don't need to know that. But everyone's caught on because we've obviously gotten older and fucking
You're
wiser.
creating a rebuttal for what you think I'm going to say.
Yeah, basically.
You're on the right
Yeah.
track, but I
So
wasn't.
Are you saying you build in a fudge factor which may or may not exist or need to exist?
I think
I
you
just
just
assume we're gonna be late by
I
default.
always build in a fudge factor. One, because if we're taking Ryan or Dad, it blows out.
True.
Yeah, this is like a good opportunity for me to launch into what I want to talk about, right?
Well, it's your topic breakdown, so please
Right,
do that.
So my topic breakdown is going to be obviously waiting for a mate. We always wait for someone.
Yeah.
And when we're packing up, like when we're packing and ready to go and we want to start something, we're always waiting on Josh. But if we're in the middle of something and we want to like break up camp and then
Go to the next point.
get to the next point, we're always waiting on me.
See, I don't
And-
believe that to be true.
You were living in fucking La La. There's a reason why we say be there at 7 o'clock Bates time and we mean 10 o'clock.
No, I don't believe that to be true actually, because maybe at the start when we were young, as I was saying.
Oh,
Like,
well,
you know-
I'll use our last camping trip where we all went away together as an example. Agreed time 7:45. You went to get a coffee and was waiting at a drive-through. I'm assuming this is what you were doing
Oh, this is true.
because
This
you
is
rocked
true.
up with the coffee before we'd left.
Yeah, this is true.
But there was a massive delay, and I'm assuming that's because there was a massive lineup in the
There
drive-through.
was. There
Okay.
was. There was.
Like this
But
is
how can you be late when you're leaving from your own home?
Because there's an agreed meet time.
But if you,
What do you mean?
we can't factor in the Ryan factor because we were meeting at his house.
My car was ready to go.
Yeah, but we still can't account for if we were meeting, say, at Caleb, the factor. So
I'm
we
late,
got to
but
do
I'm-
an average. We've got to do an average.
Yeah. Do you know, actually, I have had this discussion with many people because I have a reputation of being late as well. Like my,
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah,
not,
buddy.
Yeah, fucking oath I do. And
It's not
this is-
late. You're just fucking fashionable.
You just got a reputation, bro. You got things to live up to. But I am never more typically than 15 to 20 minutes late.
Incorrect.
This is typically
Except
like
to
there's
podcasts.
except a podcast and except when I'm drinking the
I mean, Saturday, most recent example, 2 hours.
well, that's one off. So typically, I'm no later than 15, 20 minutes late, right? And podcast is obviously impacted by other things, like when I got to jerk off before I come here. So there's
Jerk off while coming here.
Jerk off before you come here.
I can't jerk off.
Or just
I tried
come
that once
here.
while I was driving, and then it hit the ceiling of the car, and I've got like a cotton ceiling on the car, and it's like it's really hard to wipe up. So I'm trying to avoid that from now on because I've got
Settle down. You ain't got that much fucking.
I've got some
thrust
go, bro. I've
in your
got some
spasm.
go.
Nah.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Nah.
It's a thing. Anyway,
Blow out the back of a chick's fucking throat.
it's a thing. Yeah, I have to be wary of that, man. You don't know what it's like. Don't know what it's like to reach your peak and be concerned about killing a woman.
No, because mine's in her stomach. Work that one out.
Well, this it's quite
I
obvious.
mean, it
how
ends
got
up there ultimately, but
Oh my god, it's fucking longer than the back of her throat.
You talking about? I don't get that. Are you talking about your jizz? Or are you talking about the tip of your dick?
No,
this
my dick.
is just vile.
I think we've crossed a threshold in this episode where it's just
We're talking about killing someone from jizzing on them.
blow
In
out the
them.
back of
We're talking
his
about
or her head.
we're talking about a fucking fatality from
Fatality. Oh, that would be a
Orgasm.
sick move on Mortal Kombat.
No. Skull.
Skull.
Nah.
let's
All
bring
right.
Anyway, let's get back on topic here. So, the reason why I brought this up is why, like, from what you were saying, you were giving us a whole bunch of reasons as to why you're always late, under the assumption that we're going to blame you for everything.
it's in his DNA.
Which is partly what I'm like. Why do you think that? Why do you think we're late, and why, Caleb, do you think that we're
This is funny. This is actually another thing. Like, especially when we're hunting. Up until recently, like recently being the last sort of 7 years, maybe.
That
less
is
than
not
that, actually.
recent.
That's not recent.
That's like half a lifetime.
Well, okay, maybe
for some
like
people.
the last 5 years. A lot of our camping relied on the gear that I had and things like that. Maybe not 5 years, maybe 7 years. But you got to realise, I was the one organising everyone's fucking goddamn plate, knife, fork, water, fucking,
Yeah, but it was all in a
everything.
box. It was ready to go.
Yeah, but you knew this in advance.
No, that's all well and good, and it was all packed. But then it's packing, and then it's waiting for Dad. Dad would never pack on the day. Couchy wouldn't pack till the night
Couchy
before.
was the worst.
Oh my god! And then because we don't all live together, you're all bringing your stuff around, and we're packing from one location. So we're packing that day, and then shit blows out. We start getting on the cans, or we're like, oh, let's have a fucking coffee. Or my mum comes out and be like, oh, let me cook your breakfast. 6 hours later, she's coming up with bacon and eggs that are burnt. Like, and I would get blamed for it, but I'm like, nah, fuck yous. You should be thanking me
For making us late.
for getting you there.
Like
Is this a touchy subject for you?
It is because like the amount of money I spent on gear, the amount of time and my heart and soul just went into getting you guys into hunting. Just
I feel like this is a very we've struck a nerve, man.
nah, bro, I couldn't give a fuck.
No, I mean, you're always late. It's your thing. If you weren't late, we'd be concerned.
You've been good of recent times. I'll
Actually,
give
that's
you
true.
that.
You were here before me today. I was 8 minutes late today.
Pretty sure I've been here with you.
Ryan has of recent taken over that mantle.
I have. This is true.
You do have some
I've
sort of
changed,
stead
man.
to what you were saying though before, because when we are out hunting, and this has happened on many occasions where we're out hunting, we've got a base camp and we're getting in the car to drive a bit further in or something like that to then go out and walk or we're walking from base camp. We'll all be either in the car and we're like, what are we waiting on? And then everyone will look.
And I'm still rolling up my swag.
No, I don't even think you've got pants on, man.
No.
We're like, what the fuck?
I'm not a morning person. Like typically this all happens in the morning, right? It's not even a fucking excuse. It's just I just don't move fast. My brain is foggy.
Do you need like food?
Yeah, that's
You
pretty
need,
much
like,
it.
food
If I
instantly.
ate before we did any of this sort of stuff,
Okay,
I'd be
I'm going to
firing
give
better,
you
but-
the tip of the fucking week.
Ooh. What was
ready?
last week's tip?
Tip of the spear.
Back fucking country,
bonus.
fucking cooked breakfast. That shit will put fucking speed in your system.
Yeah, but he still has to get up, boil a kettle to make that.
So he just sets his alarm for fucking 20 minutes
I
earlier.
have a fucking clear hypothesis on both of you.
This is what I'm here. This is what I understand. This is a learning curve. This is something that we can both.
I'll
take-
tell you, I'm
everyone
gonna hit
can
you
take
both of
home.
you fucking
All right,
between the
speak
eyes,
some
right?
truth. Spit some truth,
right.
bro.
Yeah.
Right? Josh and being late, right? He's grown up in a family fucking late. So it's in his fucking DNA. Then what compounded that was joining the army, right? And being jerked around in that, all right, guys, at 1800 hours, this is going to happen. And then it doesn't happen.
That's true.
So built into his mentality is people not arriving and things not happening when they say they're going to happen. Whereas for me, if I say I'm going to be somewhere, then I'm there, if not 5 minutes early. But in Josh's world, he's had a good 10, 11 years of just being fucking jerked around and things not happening as they said they've been happening. So I think that the fudge factor is built into him.
So just for some clarity there, you're saying that the seriousness in which, like the commitment in which you're making of saying you be at a certain time means
Has been
less. It's been
diminished.
diminished.
So the people saying, all right, we're going to be here at 9 o'clock, that the importance of, not the importance of it, but the actuality of that happening in his mind is less because of all the years compounding the fact that he's been let down by things not actually
It
happening.
doesn't mean as much in general.
That is my hypothesis on Joshua's
makes
world
sense.
of time management. Fair assessment.
Oh, do me.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Ryan?
He's going to call me a spaz, and that's pretty much the excuse.
I kind of like that assessment actually, just quickly, because it gives me an excuse. So
It's not an excuse; it's a reason. Josh.
To your
Own
credit,
it.
you have worked on it.
I've got an arsehole.
Yeah.
To your credit, you've worked on it. Like the dyslexia, you've fucking actually worked on it, and there's been some improvement.
Minimal, but improvement.
Right. So you're not late, except lately. Now, what were we talking about with you? When there's the next place to be moved on to, you're always the last one we're waiting on.
Yeah, like to complete a task, I'm always the one that's last.
I think you've developed a
ADHD.
no. I think you've developed a reliance on having other people around you get things organised and started for you, and then when we're out bush, none of us fucking do anything for you. And then you go, fuck, everyone's about to leave and I've done nothing.
Do you know, I would say that's partly true.
I haven't had enough time to think about
Yeah,
a
I'd say
completed
that's
version of
partly
that.
true.
I've dwelt on Josh's lateness a lot more.
I'd say like because now that I'm living in my own house, all of those sorts of flaws have come to light. All the things where I'm like, fuck, if no one else is going to do it, that means I have to do it. So.
Because I've known you a long time, and like say when we were in the same family through marriage,
What are you talking about, bro? I thought we were brothers.
when we were actually brothers-in-law, we're not technically now, but there'd be in a family event, and
Someone held him accountable.
someone held him accountable, but quite often he was late because he went, oh fuck it, we're supposed to be there, but I'll have a shower now, or I'll go take a shit.
Yeah. I think it's accountability. Like I think it's if I've got someone because if I'm doing something on my own, I just fucking do it in my own time. There's
I've got a video of us standing in this picturesque fucking like edge of this forest.
It's still on Instagram
fucking
to this day.
Amazing fucking view, and we're all packed, and you're still fluffing about with your bedroll.
But because there was no direct instruction.
There's no directive given.
Saying,
So it was-
Ryan,
yeah.
get up now,
But
pack
hang
your
on,
bag
hang on.
now, and we're going.
Doesn't the fact of the deer and the time that the deer are out impact your thinking?
Yeah, but I'm not aware of that. Like this is I think if directive is given, then I can adhere to a task. But if no directive is given, I'm left to my own devices, then I just sort of fuck ass around until I realise what I'm supposed to be doing.
So
I get distracted.
How
Probably a better way
Ryan,
of putting it.
Distraction, yeah.
how Ryan can you and I better ourselves so we can pick on fucking Caleb?
Well, you should see all of the alarms in my phone. That's my.
You should start using
Safeguard.
fucking Google Calendar. Jesus.
I use Outlook with emails like a real fucking person.
You should just connect all of them into one. Fucking hell.
That's what I do. I have all of my fake email accounts as well as my legitimate one and my business one connected to the one thing.
That says a lot about you.
Yeah, what do you
But-
do with your fake ones? Is that all your porn subscriptions or?
Well, no this
That and various other things.
this is kind of good because like we can now allow for a time frame for me and my built-in fudge factor and allow and you can know that okay we've got fucking a window but we can also then know that okay Ryan needs direction in the morning to go hunting or go walking and we can just simply say Ryan cook breakfast and pack up your shit.
Oh, you don't need to tell me that. If you say, okay, Ryan, we're going to leave at 6:30, I'll be like, oh, okay, well, 6:30, that means I got to get up at 6, 10 minutes. Okay,
But we literally done that.
No, you haven't. We have never set a time
that
we're breaking
video,
camp.
we all set an alarm and we all
No,
woke
you
up.
all set an alarm. No one set the directive. This is what I'm saying. It's got to be specific.
Before
bro.
we all went to bed, I'm pretty sure I still have the video of me filming everyone going, what time in the morning are we getting up?
But that's not what time we're leaving.
Yeah, but I'm okay.
Oh,
yeah,
so Ryan needs us to spell it
assumption
out
of
for him.
assumptions are the mother of all fuck ups. They are, aren't they?
We need to give him a
And I
run
think
sheet.
you all know, given my stigma for data, I do not make very many assumptions.
And there it is.
Yeah.
Data is not readily available in the middle of fucking nowhere with a backpack
I would
and a
strongly
hoochie to
disagree.
be packed up and a bedroll.
Data is clarity.
Do you have a morning routine when you're out bush?
Yep.
You do.
Yeah.
Sleep in as long
Do you
as
know
possible.
how long that morning routine takes you?
It depends. Depends on how. Well, it depends on time frame that I've got. Like everything that I do is dependent. Like so,
No, but if your morning routine takes 20 minutes, then you wake up 20 minutes earlier than what you should be.
yeah, no,
get up and roll out.
that's what I mean. Like I count back from deadline. So if there's no deadline, I fuck ass around. That's just in my nature. Like if I've got a job at work that has no deadline to it, that job's gonna fucking sit around because I don't have to do it. That's just my personality.
See,
Which I'm trying to work on.
No,
Like,
I feel that because when I go out with Richie always puts on coffee in the morning, so that's one less thing that I do. So I, in my mind, fuck ass about for a few minutes because I know I don't need to. Well, I know that, yeah, it's almost become like this. I know that he's going to make coffee and he makes amazing fucking French press coffee at deer camp. So, fuck, why are you going to say no to that? But I then go, oh, well, I've got a fucking few minutes of fucking fuck-assing around, and most of the time that's spent with an extra 5 minutes of sleeping in.
Do you find that you get like my biggest problem is that I start thinking about things and get distracted and go off and just completely
No, because that's
lose
what I
track of
mean
time.
about a morning routine, man. I get up, and straight away I put my clothes on that I'm hunting with, obviously. And Caleb, one of his tips and tricks that will come out soon was to have his coffee gear laid out and his jet ball ready to go. So he just had to get up, turn it on, and he can put his clothes on in his sleeping bag, and sort of like have his coffee ready to go. So when he's out, he's drinking his coffee. That's it's
just
time management,
management.
thing.
It's just structuring your morning routine.
Yeah, but you're
so you don't
like
have-
out of all of us, you're the best at time management and always have been. You're just more, I don't know, like organised, I guess, for lack of a better word.
He also is not very spontaneity.
There's no spontaneity.
Spontaneity.
No risk factor.
spontaneity.
Spontaneity.
And there is plenty of spontaneity.
Nah, there's not. Nah, no,
There is.
not.
You have to have spontaneity.
You got a box, and you're not really. You don't
No,
really.
no, there's
venture
spon- there's a
out.
difference
You had to
between-
fucking go at me for something I did spontaneously the other day, which was fucking take my daughter and partner out to the theatre. That was that was a spontaneous thing. I didn't plan it. I drove past a billboard on the road and went, "Fuck, they would like that. When can I do that?" Done.
I think the word you're looking for is risk, which is different from spontaneity.
Oh, I think they're both a little bit entwined, but you're right. Caleb's definitely the best at time management, and
I've had to be through my
good at that.
through my jobs that I've had for like multiple appointments in a day with multiple customers, hitting deadlines. But I've always been like that anyway, and that's part of my upbringing as well. Like my family,
Oh, definitely.
my family are not late. They're fucking awkwardly early to stuff. That's how I've been brought up. You're just not late. You're always on time, if not early. That's
Do you know
just
what?
drilled into me.
So I've had jobs similarly where it's back-to-back meetings. Like you need to be organised and on point, like with multi-million-dollar projects. Otherwise, shit goes south. And I nailed that. I think, Josh, you're quite similar. Where if you've got the parameters in which you need to operate, and it's set, and you understand it, you can operate within those bounds. But left to your own devices, you just sort of.
Well, I think then it just becomes, all right, well, I treat not fucking jerking my mates around and keeping to time as importantly as meeting a deadline on a job.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
So I don't build in a fudge factor because, it's only Josh. It's all right if I'm 10 minutes late. No, it's fucking Josh. I'll be on time.
I think, do you know what, to be honest, now that we're talking about it, we're diving deep into our fucking souls talking about this, I would say that I don't have that attitude, and it would be, I don't want to say it's a fault of my family or anything, but I don't know, like my family's got the reputation of being late as well.
yeah. Look, I think it's definitely stems from your upbringing, but I don't look at you less, Caleb.
No, I know you don't think I'm
I
less.
actually hold you probably to a higher fucking standard.
I know
than
you don't
anyone
think
else.
I'm less important, but when it
it's
comes
values,
to being on time, I'm going to be more forgiving than if you have
Yeah.
to meet someone for
Yeah.
a business meeting
Yeah,
and there's $1 million on the line.
Yeah, definitely. Like in my mind, I'm like, oh, well, yeah.
But it comes down to your own
can wait.
individual
I
values.
know
though.
I know you don't treat me with less importance, but I know that I'll forgive you more
Yeah.
so than a stranger would.
Yes, that's true.
For being
But,
late.
And that comes
but
down to
also at the same time, I'm going to bust in and say that a lot of our meetings and things have certainly been in the past due to hunting, et cetera, and it's up until a certain point, it's been not overwhelming, I'd say, to organise things, but it's certainly like beyond my capability at that age. And my father is exactly like you said, like he's fucking so unorganised and does not hold the fucking deadlines. He tries to, but most of the time it's ruined by mum. But that's all right.
But it's one of those things as well. If you haven't got someone teaching you how to do these things and understand the importance of it and the impact that it can have in certain scenarios, then you just carry on doing what you're doing.
Yeah, and I guess when you look at someone like, look at people like their family, you're sort of like, 10 minutes is okay.
Well, that's the thing. Like any family event that I have, I honestly don't consider time to be of any consequence at all. Which,
meanwhile, I've been at your family events where everyone's like, where the fuck is Ryan? He doesn't give a shit. He's not here.
and that's the thing. And then up until actually having this conversation, I've never had that as a consideration. I think it's just like, that's what I mean. But it's everyone's different in their own interpretation and meaning of things. So I suppose identifying your own flaws in that perspective is growth.
Right, let's wrap it up because you and me have the same fucking topic. So let's ask our listeners, do they have a mate that they're waiting on, and what has been the most
what's the longest they've had to wait?
What's the longest or the biggest impact that they've had to wait for something?
What have you lost?
I'm going to set something here. I'm going to set the scene actually from my childhood. So my mum once left me at school till 11:30 at night.
What the fuck? I clearly forgot about you.
And this was my average pickup time for most of my schooling was 6 to 8.
What?
Like, especially when it was daylight savings, it was edging on the 8 o'clock.
But both your parents worked?
So you're in after school care till 8 o'clock at night?
Nah, we did not have the money for after school care. So I sat on the lawn by the car park. And my sister, Shannon, can attest to this.
I think now we're delving even fucking more accurately and deeper into why being on time is not a huge priority for you.
That's not the my mum didn't work. That's not like a dig at my mum or anything like that. I love you, mum.
Oh, the truth will set you free.
But I'm just saying, I'm setting the tone. 11:30 at night was the latest I fucking.
Yeah, we're getting some
left at school.
perspective into the level of waiting for a mate you've had in your life.
I sat there.
Was there an explanation as to why?
I sat there cuddling my sister because we were freezing.
Oh, so it wasn't just you; it was you and your sister.
Yeah, me and Shannon. Yeah. And back when you had the fucking old Telstra phones and you had 1-800 reverse, we tried fucking because you used to flatten a straw and you put it in the coin slot. All right, so the return coin slot at the top where the hinge point is. If you flatten it out and you poke the top left corner of that slot, it sort of opens up like this gate, and you can type in numbers as well, and fucking it'll ring.
The fact you even know this is astounding me right now.
Oh yeah, bro, fucking hell. Anyway, so it'd register as if you're putting coins in, and then you could ring, and then 1-800 reverse come out. It's around that sort of fucking era. Yeah.
I mean, I know you went to school versus where your house was. I would have fucking been walking home rather than being at school till 11:30.
Gawler.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I would have walked home. That would have been.
That's a fair
You would have
trek,
been home.
Nah.
That's
It would have
probably,
taken you about an hour to walk home.
Nah, that's probably from your old place to Gawler. That's 10, 15 Ks.
I think you're spot on. It's about 15 Ks. Yeah.
10, 15 Ks max. So
Shannon and I were like,
about an
fuck
hour
this.
walk.
Shannon and I were like, fuck this at one stage, and we took the train or a bus. But that required money. So,
even if 3 hours, that's getting you home at 6:37 rather than 11 at night.
yeah, but you got to realise, like,
Yeah, but if their mum had gone to the school and
we
they
were
weren't
fucking
there,
young. Yeah, mum would have flipped.
Or maybe it would have made her come and get you on time.
Actually, that night her excuse was, I was on a phone call to her mum, and I'm like, till 11:30 at night.
That's not an excuse for not picking your children up from school.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was quite funny, but.
Okay, all right. I'm
I
like,
bet
again, we're
you
just
were not laughing though.
we're just gaining an insight into your time management
Yeah.
Nah, it was
from an early age.
Yeah, I was actually cuddling my sister because it was cold, fucking freezing. I had like the blazers around her, and yeah.
When she listens to this, she'll be touched.
Well,
She will remember fond memories of you cuddling her.
Yeah, probably.
Or Poiter would be like, oh, that's codswallop.
Yeah, I don't know.
That never happened, Joshua.
I think Dad was playing the banjo at church or some shit.
You'd actually play.
No, he's back on the bootleg. He's making some more ginger beer in the back shed.
Yeah. Fucking
There was a locked door in
slinging
that
grog.
shed. I'm pretty sure you weren't allowed into. Was that
At
the
the
basement?
back, yeah, there was a back shed that was locked for a while. What was in there? I actually went in there a couple times, man. It was like fucking.
Porn.
No, there was like a whole bunch of women's weeklies that were like women weekly magazines that were like from the 60s.
Low level porn.
What's your favourite
what it was.
non-pornographic magazine to jerk off to? Good housekeeping.
Mate, we've all been there with the bras and things at 13. Come on.
Yeah,
But
buddy.
There was also a bunch of architectural plans for like houses and boats make sense.
Again, jerk off material.
Housing, I'm like, fuck. Okay.
Solid after sale.
Yeah, it's weird. A lot of Bibles.
Did you open the Bible to see if there's anything cut out? Like, was the cut out so there's stuff hidden in them?
Not at that stage of my life, man.
You probably missed out.
I mean, again, jerk off material. Have you read Song of Solomon?
That is like hardcore porn.
It is, man. It talks about breasts like pomegranates and all sorts of shit.
The metaphors, bro. The metaphors.
Look out.
Like,
For everyone who
like a
wants to
bag
read
of
the Bible
sand.
for some sweet pornographic material, Song of Solomon's where it's at.
like a bag of sand.
Oh, brilliant.
Fuck, we need to move.
I think that's our best recommendation ever.
Yeah.
Caleb, let's.
You read the
get on
Bible? Yeah,
board.
man. I read it every night.
Song of Solomon, that's where it's at. Oh, yeah, it gets me hard.
You two are going to hell.
What, the rest of this podcast isn't causing that? Anyway,
I'm an angel, mate.
so we just combined you two into one and then
Yeah,
I'm
pretty much.
Yeah, told you it's fucking anything can happen Monday, right?
It's Monday madness,
cool.
bro.
Well, I don't know what's going to happen if we record on a Wednesday again, but
It's
all right,
Wacky
so-
Wednesday.
my topic, waiting for a mate. Now, our two pursuits, which we do most often outdoors, is hunting and fishing. There's a fuck ton of waiting. Now, I want to know, do you guys enjoy the alone time that you have? Because let's face it, especially probably more so fishing. You're sitting there on a jetty or in a boat or whatever, you've got a lot of time just sitting there with your own thoughts. And that's actually part of what I enjoy about both things is just being completely removed from your normal life, sitting there waiting for a mate, which is a fish or a deer or a fox. And that's actually part of how I recharge. And I'm asking if you two feel the same or how you feel about this. But fishing, you're sitting there, you just think. And you might not necessarily be doing anything, just waiting for a fish. Then you bait up again, cast it out, and you're just alone with your own thoughts. And I actually find that quite therapeutic in that you recharge and just process stuff. And hunting probably less, depending on what sort of hunting you're doing. But if you're just glassing on a hill, you're kind of alone with your own thoughts and just looking at the landscape in front of you. You do a lot of thinking whilst you're waiting. And that's actually something I enjoy. And I don't like sometimes when people disturb that.
Yeah. Do you know, I don't think I've ever had a fishing experience by myself where I've had the chance to have that seclusion. There's like, if I'm jetty fishing, there's always some fucking people around. Like I don't like being around people. I don't recharge when I'm around people. I'm an extrovert, introvert. So that makes entirely a lot of sense to me where you're left to your own devices and your own thoughts, and that's your recharge. When I'm out in the bush, fuck yes, that is pretty much the only reason why I go out bush. Well, the majority of the reason why I go out bush is to step outside, being surrounded by people, have that seclusion. Like my favorite time is walking through the bush with a gun by myself or with another person who's like just far enough behind you where you can feel that you don't have to be in conversation all the time, but you're both sort of there together.
Yeah, I mean, it's good when you've got a mate who you don't feel the need to talk.
Yeah,
Like
that's
you just
it. Yeah.
because especially when you're by yourself, you you're more acutely aware of your surroundings because it's just you and nature. You pick up on everything. Whereas if you're in a group and you're walking through, you're sort of concentrating on the other guys and you're expecting everyone else as a collective to pick up on what's going on. So you're probably not as switched on.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have always probably gone, as soon as I could drive, have gone fishing by myself quite often.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's good to do with mates as a thing, but I mean, probably is, I'd say, just especially during hard times, it's good to just, as an escape, just get away, put a line in. You might catch something, you might not, but at least you're just sort of sitting there doing something.
I think we touched on this a little bit in a couple of podcasts earlier, where that whole giving yourself enough time to be able to think and process by yourself without having the input of other people, because you can do a lot. You can reflect a lot better on your own thoughts and feelings without having a bunch of sensory overload. Well, not necessarily overload, but a bunch of sensory stimulation from your surroundings.
It's just some breathing space, and a lot of time when you're under pressure, like especially in a relationship, and you've got someone demanding an answer from you on something or whatever, and you don't always have the answer straight away. And sometimes if you try and answer straight away, you might not have the right words, or you might say the wrong thing. So sometimes it is good to just be able to process
Yeah, I'll get that.
all your thoughts and get some clarity with that breathing space. And that's why I think hunting and fishing is such a good thing. Just to have that period of waiting alone, as much as it is fun to do with other guys.
Yeah.
And have like the mateship side of things. I think there's, that solo element to both of those.
So
I definitely utilize that.
That's weird. I like it how it takes away from the freedom of just fucking thoughts. And like when I fish, I personally prefer to target. So like I'll find myself looking at the water, looking at where the rocks are, where the sandbars, sorry, and and trying to target a fish these days, or a species of fish. And I find that hunting is the same. Like so it stops me from just my head running away.
Yeah, there's a clear point of focus.
Slows me down because I'm concentrating on something. And after that, when I've got sort of all my ducks in a row in that sort of environment, I can then go, okay, what do I need to think about? Let's break it down. Let's compartmentalize it. What can you fix? What can't you fix?
You're talking about conscious contemplating, or are you talking about just letting your mind wander?
Well, I've got to have no. I don't like to let my mind wander. I'd rather have a set goal and purpose. Like it could just be like, okay, I've got to walk to this spot to glass. Okay, walk to this spot. Look at what's in front of me. Okay, these are the tree lines. These are the ridges. This is the likely areas of fucking approach, or this and that. So my mind's thinking about that so it doesn't run away free. And then once that's in a line and like I'm there and I'm at the peril of fucking the deer or the fish, I can then sit and go, all right, now it's time to reflect on other things.
Yeah, you've put everything in
up
place.
until that point,
Yeah.
I can't.
You have to put everything in place to get to that autopilot stage where you've set yourself in the right position. Like in hunting example, you've found a good location, you've set yourself up in the right position, you're like check the wind, you're in the right spot for that as well. You're looking at a certain area, then you can go in autopilot, then your thoughts can drift, and the thing that'll snap you out of whatever you're thinking about is a shape emerges from that tree line.
Yeah.
But it's all those things you have to do to get to that autopilot stage.
Yeah, I can't just get there. I can't just be like, oh, I'm out on a hunt. That's it. I'm there.
It's like a checklist. You have to check it all off.
I think we sit
before
in
you
the
do
same
that.
category as that. Like the Mr. Krusty, your burgers are ready. the freedom of thought, like, and letting your thoughts wander, comes from not having that feeling that you need to do something more. Like, there's nothing else on your list that you have to cross off.
Yeah, it's almost like you've got
So, like,
no
you're
other
done.
care in the world, and like you've accomplished your immediate task. There's nothing else to do in the world.
Yeah, you've checked off your list, and then you just sit there.
And then you can sit there and you can think about the more intricacy.
Yeah, and I'll refine that fucking sit there as much as I can as well. So if I've set myself up in a spot, all right, this is slightly uncomfortable. How can I make myself more comfortable? All right, I'll move this here, move that here, dig out a little piece of earth. All right, now I'm comfortable to sit.
Remove
all
that
right, so
stick.
if something does pull out of the bush, am I set up ready to fire? Oh, well, I can get this stick to lean on. Like a forked stick. There you go. I've got a rest ready.
I've seen that whole
All that
process
sort of stuff.
in you actually.
I've
With
seen
both
that.
fishing and hunting. Fishing, I find you're a stagnant fisher. You definitely don't like to wander too much. But I've seen the process of that whole, whole thought pattern
So
emerge, especially hunting actually, because I'll notice you'll go from sitting, then like once you're in a good spot, once we're sort of like bedded in, you'll then suddenly go to praying.
Yeah,
You
because
like-
it's just a process
and
of
you're thinking
refinement.
about
How
the
can I be more comfortable? How can I take that shot quicker?
Yeah,
And then once you've reached the optimum, you're like, all right, now I can sit here and relax and just wait for something to pop out.
yeah.
Because I actually do, and not just from laziness and not wanting to walk around, it is actually nice to just sit and
Oh no, I wasn't
Overwatch.
meaning it like that. I was meaning like when we go fishing, and like it's offshore fishing I'm talking about here. You'll set up and you'll set like your little hard refuge, and you'll fucking
this is routine, man.
And I'll find that, and this is funny because you and I have done this a lot in life. How when we first get there, we set up, you set up, I'll set up, we'll stop talking, and then I'll suddenly start moving down the rocks or something like that.
oh yeah,
further away
you've
from
changed position 10 times and I'm still in the same spot.
because
Yeah.
I'm trying to go like, oh, there's a fucking, the leg of the pier or something like that. Or there'll be fish down there, and I'll try and target that or something like that. And I'll look back quite often, and you'll still be sort of like nestled in. Not to say that you don't move or anything like that, but I mean like, I will certainly.
See, I just with
Certainly,
fishing,
yeah.
I don't know what it is. Like, I haven't got the patience for it.
I think it's understanding. I think with fishing, I reckon you'd get into it if you identified a species that you wanted to catch, you solely went for that species, and you identified and you looked at it more of a hunt. So you look at the water and you go, oh, there's rocks, there's seaweed, there's sand. Where are they going to be? And sort of like came at a more of a hunter's point of view. I think you'd be okay.
I think you might be right there.
And if you got some coordination in your fucking cast.
I mean, Josh and I have got years from childhood of like experiences to draw on as well. So we've been out on nights just casting off a jetty and caught 50 fish in a night,
Yeah, so
without even trying. And then there's other times where, we've tried a few things and tweaked a few things and got results from doing that. So it's this whole lifetime of that.
I've not got any of that to. Like the best fishing I've ever done is when we were, I think it was in Moonta, and I caught those stripies.
No, you caught some whiting on a charter we did. You did.
Yeah, but charters don't count really, because they're like all you're doing is dropping a line where the guy who knows where everything is says drop a line.
Nah, you can't take that away because out of the years I was in Darwin, I still have spots in my mind right now that yes, the topography and the landscape may have changed a little bit, but I have spots in my mind now where I know we could go and we could catch barra and catch meteries.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though.
Or
Like,
Saratoga or.
so you've got these spots and you know them. That's your personal thing.
But that's because I've put the effort in and working.
Yeah,
it.
that's what I mean. So that's why I'm saying to go out on a charter, it's not the same fulfillment that you get if you knew your spot. You got your own rig.
But what's the difference?
Like
if you
even
come fishing with me
locally here in
Darwin?
Adelaide, we have a whole childhood
Yeah.
of intimate knowledge of all these different fishing spots in Adelaide,
Even though there's no fish in Adelaide.
even though it's now fucked beyond belief, we at least have an intimate knowledge of all those spots and what species are there, what rigs to use.
But
Mine doesn't have that.
We can also identify in a spot that we were like camping the other week. We could sort of tell. Now our tides were completely wrong, but that was because of one. When the tide was in, we were at dinner or we were having breakfast. So we sort of weren't chasing the tides, but we identified the ridges of the reef and where our target species, whiting, would typically sit. So we identified that and we found a good spot. And on high tide, that would have come up quite well. But we were hunting at low tide when there's fuck all out.
Fishing.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there with the whole hunting perspective thing.
Yeah, so you just got to look at it at a different angle, man. And maybe not. One thing that we all like is you like your Hauer, man. A Kmart rod is not going to get you fucking a hard on for fucking fishing, eh?
Actually, I've been speaking to THS, not the lures. TSH. Sorry, I always say that backwards. Troll so hard.
James.
Now, I was speaking to him about it, actually. He changed my perspective on it about having the proper gear and I think you absolutely hit the nail on the head about the whole hunting approach, whereas fishing to me and hunting have been two separate things. But I think they're essentially the same thing.
They are.
And
if you don't
your
like
Kmart rod is
rod,
like going hunting with a rubber band.
Yeah,
no, I've never. That's why I said when James was on the podcast, I'm like, I've never taken it seriously because to me, fishing, I've never had a good fishing experience, and I've never had anyone.
And
teach
SA
me
is
properly.
the worst spot for that. And the other thing is SA. I've had some pretty awesome times spearfishing here, and if you don't like a rod, get a wetsuit and a spear instead.
Yeah, I've had some killer times spearfishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and I have done off of fucking Second Valley.
Yeah.
And had some awesome times.
Yeah, man.
You know, and I know how much of a strong swimmer you are, so it would probably suit you, but don't give up the rod just yet. Just look at it from that different perspective. You know, the other thing that I've grown to prefer is fishing with fucking soft plastics over bait because then I don't stink like shit. Because I don't have to. You're dealing with a.
Is that like little fake fish with a hook in them?
Yeah.
Ew,
Dude, I've got so many of them.
Bait's so icky. I smell.
You know, no, I just hate stinking like when you grab some chips out of the fucking packet of chips and you just put bait on and you're like, yeah, that smells like off squid. It smells like pretty much like a fucking UTI.
You'd know, bro.
How do you know what a UTI smells like?
Both, I'm smelling it right now.
You've smelt it and you've tasted it.
From used to.
Tasty morsels.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's all I wanted to bring is the fact that there's a shit ton of waiting involved in fishing and hunting, and I actually enjoy it. I don't need to walk around all the time. I enjoy that as well, but I enjoy the reflecting and sitting as well.
I find that I get a better.
You're a walker.
I'm
Yeah,
definitely
honey.
a walker. I have to be moving.
You're a beeline
It's a fucking stomper.
I've watched you a few times now, and you get
Tunnel
get
vision.
your plan in your head
Yep.
to the point where getting there, you probably make a few mistakes.
Oh,
But
probably.
You get
but
there
this
and
comes
you get
back to the
deer,
whole
so-
having a directive thing. Once I've got a directive, I'm like a fucking bam. This is what we're doing.
Look, you get there and you get deer. So if it works for you, fucking who gives a shit?
yeah,
You know.
yeah. But I can't sit still at all.
I kind of I
But
get
walking slower is better. When you're trying to fucking spot stuff, slower is better.
that. There's that whole theory. You see 85% more of what's in the area if you sit, but it feels like because you're not attacking it from that active like approach of walking around, it feels like you're gonna see less. Now we all know that in some parts of the country you can glass for Ks. Other parts of the countries you can glass for a few meters.
Well, that's what
you're
I've done.
fucked.
I've hunted deer more in restricted vision areas than I have in open fields, and that's probably what's playing into that.
You've got to be almost comfortable with sitting in an area where you've got like a 30-meter radius of vision and being like, well, I hope my tracking skills have fucking identified a path that the deer take and sit and wait. Where, yeah, we're very lucky in the southeast here. You can see for fucking a long time. So you get this almost this wide angle view of the landscape. And if anything comes out in that's it. You've got them. You're on. As long as you're paying attention, if you're not on your fucking phones.
Well, yeah, having said that, we have been more successful in thick state forest from just fucking sitting than stomping through.
Yeah.
And I was on my phone and successful.
Yeah.
The second time I was successful.
Well, that's the thing, you know, like you got to weigh it up in your head, and that comes down to the whole. I guess that's part of being a hunter, man. Like the whole excitement is you're like, fuck, what's over the next ridge, or fuck, do I spend 5 more minutes sitting here? When I was a kid, I used to love sitting and waiting for foxes. I'd call and then like the theory was you call for like 10 minutes in one spot. Nothing's there. You move a few 100 meters and you call again. And I would sit there and call. And by the book, I'd be like, fuck, it's 10 minutes. Fuck, I should move. And then I'd be like, nah, I'll give it another few minutes. And then sure enough, like a fucking red dog would just fucking pop its head out. You'd be like, if I'd moved, I fucking wouldn't have got shit.
Exactly.
And there's other times where I've been like, I got my sister's Jack Russell and pegged it off a cliff into the sedge reed, and the thing's scurrying about, scaring off foxes, and you're just like, well, yeah. And you walk in this
Hang on,
creek
you threw your sister's Jack Russell off a cliff?
it was only like a little one.
I was only 5 meters.
Don't they land on their feet?
Fucking like a cat, mate. Land
Oh,
on
Russell,
their
that
feet,
fucking lands. Did you mean there was a Russell in the bushes?
He switched.
He's jacked in the bushes a few times.
I got to admit, man,
With Daniels?
this fucking this foxy was all over it, man. You used to just throw him in the sedge reed, and he'd walk along the creek line. You could hear him like trying to follow you, and then next minute, boom, fox would just like break that fucking creek line, and just be like bang, 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 bang.
Speaking
Shooting
of dogs,
from the
actually, I've got a bit of a point of order. I have a guilty conscience because the other week you were telling me that my dog was originally bred to hunt badgers, and I have a miniature dachshund, Winston.
It's basically like
So
it's a weenie
I
dog.
argued with you, and I
It's
said
a
no.
sausage
He
dog.
was bred to miniature dachshunds were bred.
I believe it's pronounced Dachshund.
Dachshund is actually how it's pronounced. But anyway, let's not get all German. And you're fucking German, so why am I doing that better than you? But
I was saying that with an English accent, and I was being
Dachshund.
funny. So fuck you.
fuck you right back. Miniature sausage dogs were bred for rabbits hunting. Full size ones were for badgers.
There's 2 different sizes.
There are 2 different sizes.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
wow.
There's full size sausage dogs.
Yeah.
They were bred to hunt badgers originally, so you were right in that regard. But the miniature ones for rabbits.
What do you
So
got?
on what scale? Like how,
He's miniature. Winston's miniature.
how much bigger is a full size sausage dog?
I feel like it's like centimeters in the race.
Like my argument back to Josh
Centimetres
at the
taller.
time was like, fucking badgers are bigger than miniature dachshunds. What the fuck?
Badgers are fucking massive.
Yeah. So the full size sausage dogs were bred to hunt badgers and go down their burrows originally. So there you
I
go.
have to find this out.
That's my that's
true.
I know. I looked it up afterwards
I knew it was true.
because I had an argument with Josh and he's like,
Yeah.
nah, fucking nah.
Nah,
So there you go.
Man, fucking mad. Exactly like that.
fucking man.
That's exactly how arguments with Josh go.
All right, let's fucking You're a fucking man.
You're a fucking.
you.
I think you've had a bit too much fucking port, mate.
Nah, not enough. Let's pour another glass.
That port is delicious and it's been way too long.
That has been our standard.
We have
was
been-
our standard.
We've drunk a fair bit tonight.
Now we have. We've caught up now.
Yeah.
We started off lightly.
I'm funny now.
Everyone's funny at this point.
Funny in the pants.
I gotta. All right, let's move on
Let's
Fucking
move on.
let's move
Let's
on.
move on to
and pour another drink.
Oh, do you know what? The sausage dog is
indeed
negligent discharge.
we moved on and you didn't, Ryan.
Classic case and point
Waiting for Ryan. Exactly. There you go.
example.
We've moved on to ND and you're still on sausage dogs.
And
No-
I've still
no
got an
directive.
empty glass.
No directive.
Fill my drink, bitch.
Put some liquor in my cup. Fill it up.
Somebody fucking refill the glasses, please.
Well, ND this week is me, and
Yes, just you in general.
you
are an ND.
The last time we went camping, so we were just on a camping trip a few weeks ago to a location that is undisclosed.
It's fucking secret.
Ryan's just spilling port all over Caleb's green couch.
All right, just no. Oh, what? There's no leaks. You're just fucking You're literally pouring the spout into the box right now.
I'm not pouring the spout in anything.
No, he's right. There's something going on.
Align the spigot.
I pour my spout in the
Don't
box
put
all
your
the time.
hand over the green couch.
Don't get it on the fucking floor.
Fuck.
Christ. All right.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Jesus. Ryan has been pouring port into the box. We are drinking cask port. Ryan has not fully...
I just got all your COVID hand juices in my fucking glass.
Ryan has not extended his spigot outside of the box.
It's a chode. Maybe Ryan's got the chode.
Ryan has the chode.
Ryan has the chode.
100% he does.
I can't respond because I'm not in my mic.
He's nowhere near his microphone. He's fucked. We can say whatever we want.
Little dick. Have you seen my baseball?
Can you please stop ruining my house?
Have you seen my baseball? Holy fuck.
We started off terribly. We've come on strong.
No. We're finishing fucked.
What are you talking about? This last...
Ryan can't stop laughing at his own crutch.
This... That's because it's so small. This last half hour has been much better than the first half hour.
Yeah, definitely.
We've reached the correct Chatty Cathy level.
Anyway, so
Let's talk about the ND.
ND. So I've decided to buy a tent.
An expensive tent.
In doing so, I thought that.
Can I ask one question before we dive into this? Have you ever bought the cheaper version of anything?
Yeah, there's fucking way more expensive shit out there than what I bought.
No, like the cheapest like have you I don't know
Right.
anything that you own except for maybe the Hilux that is
Piece
like
of shit.
Sloppy seconds.
but I feel like you
Thirds,
thought
fourths.
that would be a well worth
Look with things like swags and tents, actually I've always spent a little bit of money on
swags, tents, guns.
my first swag
accessories.
was made
Singlets.
here in Adelaide. Actually, it was a Jolly swag, and that was
Yeah,
quite
my
expensive.
first swag. Jolly swag.
And look, that lasted the test of time. Caleb's now got it after many, many times of cranking in it. Caleb's now laying in it.
Let's be honest,
right.
those threads are kept together with semen.
Oh, fucking A.
Mate, it's
And when it's
Fire
back to the
retardant.
semen.
Do you know why it's fire retardant? Because
because your semen's retardant. I don't know.
Because it's got a retarded semen in it.
No, look, I decided to buy a tent, and I said to myself, if I was ever going to upgrade, that's it. I'm off the ground. I've had enough of bending down and getting into a swag, and
You've
I'm
gone hard in the tent world.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, screw this. I'm gonna, if I'm gonna get a tent, I'm gonna get a cot. I'm gonna be off the ground. It's all gonna be good. And some of my friends, or some of our friends, sort of swayed me into a certain direction, and that was the Oz Tent RV sort of RV range.
It looks like half a tent.
Look, it certainly does, and I have to admit, they are amazing. They literally take fucking like a couple minutes to put up. They're perfect. That's the tent itself, the awning, a little bit longer.
Yeah. There should be a disclaimer. The fucking the initial part,
Yeah.
30 seconds. The rest of it is a good hour and a half of your life.
No. Look, we bought this and set it up in Kat's backyard, and it sort of we got it up. It did take us about fucking half an hour to figure out what the fuck we were doing.
So
look,
you
and
got
on
it up
Insta-
in Cat's backyard and then you couldn't figure out what you were doing.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
That sounds like an average Friday night. And on Instagram, it all looked good. But in reality,
But so I put it up, and I'm sort of fucking sitting there.
Way over the
Are
head.
we still talking about tents right now?
Well,
Or just your own tent pole?
no, we put it up, and it's taken us ages.
was
We
pitching
actually
tents
had
back
to
out.
we had to flip this fucking tent the other way around
Hello.
for it to work because there's like an A and B arm that you've got to pull out one side first and the other side the next.
That's complicated.
And then you step into it and you sort of like hook it up over your head. And look, once you get the hang of it, it's really, really easy. The awning, on the other hand, there's different size poles for half of the awning, and the other half there's fucking another size pole. It's fucking ridiculous.
Did you have the right size pole?
No, it obviously comes in the kit, so you got the right gear. It's just fucking figuring out which is which.
Don't you take your kit off?
And this is the thing, we didn't actually put the awning up when we first tested it, so we were like, fuck.
Did you say awning or yawning?
We didn't
I don't know.
either.
I just want to hear him talk about putting his tent pole in the flaps.
And this is the other thing. We didn't put the sidewalls up because we thought, well, fuck. We got the
sausage, the
RV3
whole
Plus, right? So there's an RV3 1 to 5. We got the RV3 Plus. And the RV3 walls, like in the set, come as 2, like it'll suit 2,
Flaps.
3, 4, and 5. So we were like, oh, they're the right fucking sides. Anyway, we've set the fucking awning up and we're out on the beach and we're camping, obviously, as you both know. And we pulled the walls out to put on. And I reckon I was sitting there for about an hour with Kat trying to fucking figure out
Yeah.
Way
what
too long.
the fuck is going on.
I set up my entire camp without directive.
Yeah, so you got to remember,
You
this
did
is the,
set
this
yourself
is
up
the-
to fail.
This
Let's
is the
just be
first time
You were
that
boasting.
this is the first time I hadn't put up the awning. So it's the first time I put up the awning. First time I had used the walls, and that was a bit of a fail because I didn't pre-test the walls when I first put up the tent,
Exactly.
Um,
They were the red herring.
thinking that it was fine. So Ryan's come over and he's lended his hand, and we're all sitting there, fucking like at these walls, trying to fucking work out how to zip them on.
Ryan's hand on your pole was just not doing it, was it?
No, I was touching his flaps.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
please get that right. My meat flaps.
I had one hand on his flaps,
You're
one
still
hand on his
fucking
pole.
sick. Anyway,
Dude, it's 10:30 at night. I've had port. Fucking anything's fair game right now.
I was
You're talking
putting a
about
rope in
flaps
his
and tent
asshole.
poles.
leader at semen.
Yep. Okay. Keep talking about your sides, mate.
So we put up the sides, and they won't zip on. And it just so happens that the RV3 Plus has different size to the rest of the RVs. Fuck knows why, because the only difference in the RV3, apart from fucking having a different zip side, is a fucking goddamn sunroof, essentially.
The entire dimensions are different. Wow.
Well, upon
Reflection.
reflection and looking at the problematic environment in which you were working, I came to the conclusion that your tent has a one zip wonder, while the
Yeah,
ones below it have two zips.
No, the other RVs have a 2-zip system. Zip system. We have a 1-zip system.
A SIP system.
Fuck.
I used
The
to have
other-
one of those.
The other
SIP
thing that we
SIP
didn't.
systems.
The other thing that we didn't check actually was the size of the cot. So we got a double cot.
Size of the what?
The cot.
Size of the what?
You got a double cock?
Fuck yous. You can do the rest of the RV. I'm out. Thank you very much for listening to Josh at Centre, mate. I'll leave you with these fucktards. Catch you later.
Josh has gone to bed.
With two cocks?
No, I think Josh's problem on that particular day was he was boasting. No, you can't fucking come back now. Sorry.
you're done.
Put your microphone away. I'm
Sorry.
going to mute you if you fucking talk. Now,
Oh, shit.
Josh's problem on the day was that he boasted so hard about how quickly his tent was going to be erected.
No, fuck
No,
you.
no, no.
No, fuck you. The tent got erected. That's all I want to say.
No, you got
You
erected.
just got muted. 90 seconds. He was like, my whole tent will be up. And sure enough, the carcass of the tent was up. And then,
My tent was erected well before we got to the fucking campsite. You know that?
well, yes.
Oh, it was.
If we're going into the euphemisms, yes, your
No,
tent
it was.
Put your hand up if you got a hand job on the road.
I mean,
Is that all?
this is not a visual medium, so
Is that all?
this means nothing.
Is that all, mate?
Just a hand job.
Yeah, is that like?
I was the only one in the car.
I remember my first beer.
I mean, this is awkward because it was just me and Ryan in the car, but anyway.
Well, that's. Well, he's handing out recipes. I'm not going to say no. Fuck.
Oh shit!
Oh, fuck, if you've made it this far.
Looking
enjoy.
at like scrummaging through the lunchbox.
Oi,
Oh, who wants a wristy? I do.
As long as you weren't circle jerking each other off whilst looking into each other's eyes.
Everyone knows that if there's only two of you, it's not a circle jerk. It's an intimate moment.
Anyway, do not boast about how
Do not jerk your mate off while he's driving.
You can't go skiing with one pole. That's all I know.
some solid advice right there. If you take nothing else away.
It's a teepee. It's one ball.
Anyway, fuck me. Your tent was a fail. The whole point of this, we're doing it. We're doing
I
negligent.
don't think I've seen you this drunk on a podcast.
I'm not drunk. I'm just enjoying myself.
Fucking wasted.
Holy fuck.
I'm enjoying this. No, the whole point of this is the negligent discharge.
Negligent dick card.
Is you were provided with the wrong sides. Did we even get to that? You were provided with the wrong sides.
You were fucking crap. You still were crapping on about dick euphemisms. Or
Because
flappy
everything that you said was just on point.
Because I said
Dick
pole.
jokes.
Because I said pole.
You pitched a tent in the backyard with your missus.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't take much to segue into dick humour. We started with dick humour on this podcast.
And we're
That's
finishing.
true. Let's finish with dick
We've
humour.
done quite a what are they?
We started with cum. We're back on cum.
We went to a little bit of a serious talk, and then we sort of done full circle. I think that our colours have really shown in this podcast.
A true colours.
Shone.
Says a man with a fucking purple phone.
Yeah, bro. Don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah.
It is offensive. It's not even purple. It's more of a lilac.
It's violet.
Oh, violet. Sorry.
Fuck me. You'd think that you
Crikey.
know. It's violet, and there's a dent in it because I sat on it.
Don't even know what to do with that fact right now, other than to say, Ryan, it is now your job to wrap up this epic podcast of filth and fuckery.
Yes, it is. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for hanging around for, what are we, 2 hours and what?
This is the record.
2 hours and 10. Far out. That is the record. Wow, thank you very much for sticking it out with
fuck
us.
you.
I think
This
the
is
more
what I mean.
obscure the topic, the more we just waffle.
We do waffle.
Nah, but I told you we should have a free fucking podcast day.
Free ball.
Just
Are we
fucking-
freeballing it next week?
No, that
that what
was
you're saying?
tonight.
We have a guest next week.
Are you not wearing any underwear?
I'm wearing bamboo underwear
Why?
because it's comfortable and it's sterile.
Bamboo sterile?
You don't need to get into that.
Bro, it doesn't smell. It's great.
Oh, that must be why the pandas eat it.
Oh, God.
If it's sterile, maybe that's why they don't make fucking babies very easily.
Come on, give yourself a round of applause
Yeah.
for that one.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Can I also just say, fuck you, Wong Wong and Fooney and Adelaide Zoo.
Yeah, that's
You
know that
overrated pieces of shit.
you know Gladiator when that dude's like bought 2 giraffes and it turns out that
Yeah, well, they're not fucking.
they're not fucking?
Yeah.
That's Adelaide Zoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's not go down the next 2 hours. Let's wrap this up.
All right. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We have been Send It Mate podcast. Hit us up on the Instagrams, please, because that is how you know about the new things that we're doing that we can promote and share it on your
Promote.
friends.
And not follow any of what he was just saying.
Send It Mate podcast, Instagram. We're on Facebook as well. Hit
Yeah.
us up. Give us a like. Give us a follow. Talk to us. We do like talking to people. We are one of those people that like to interact. with
Listen to us.
people.
Tell your friends. Go back and listen to our old episodes for more lols.
Ridiculous! Bitches!
It's Pickle Rick.
Catch ya.
Thanks, sourpuss.
I have no reference on Rick and Morty, man.
I'll
Got a
put,
bad feeling about this nice one.
Put your fingers back in your bum.
Okay.
G'day, dude and dudettes. Josh here. Do you find it hard to keep your long, hard barrels free from gun STDs? Maybe you need a clean out of your bore. If this is you, jump on over to highcaliber.com.au and use the promo code SENDITMATE to receive a 10% discount on all your gun cleaning needs. And remember, it's sexy to support Australian-made products. Everyone here at Send It Mate uses High Caliber, and we can promise you that it'll keep your firearms free from those pesky gun STDs.